Welcome to the Crazy Dre Podcast Show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time to talk about the NFL matchup, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Detroit Lions. And what a matchup. We got Jared Goff versus Mayfield, a huge game from both teams. I got my guru fantasy football guy, the Griff. How you doing, Griff? Are you excited about the game? What's going on, buddy?
What's up, Dre? Yeah, this should be a really exciting one. You got the number one and number two quarterbacks for passing yards out here today. It should be a lot of fun. Should be a high scoring game.
So, as we can see, this is a huge game. I got Jared Goff is on the field. The Detroit has the ball. Uh, Actually, Griff is going to be a couple seconds ahead of us. So whatever happens to Griff on his end is what's going to be heard from everyone else first. It seems like on the East Coast, everything's a little slow, which makes no sense to me because this game is in Detroit. But, when you use different apps, different platforms, you're going to get a different riff. So what is the matchup out there you want to look at for Detroit Lions, especially in the offense in the first?
Yeah, I'm real curious to see how the run game goes for Detroit in this one. Gibbs and Montgomery are going to have to move a little more left and right here, which Gibbs is actually better at that anyway. But Vita Vea is one of the best run stoppers in the whole league. He's right in the middle of the defense on the defensive line. He is shutting down every running back that runs toward him. So if those guys can get out to the outside of the tackles, I think they're going to be looking great. We just saw a great play, just a short pass to Gibbs, and Gibbs went up the field with that. So that's a great way to get your running backs going without having to have them go straight up the middle. But I think that'll be a big one. I'm also curious to see with the wide receivers of Tampa Bay and the secondary of Detroit here. Emeka Egbuka did end up saying that he was healthy enough to play, but he does have a little bit of a hamstring issue. Hamstring issues can sometimes linger on, so you might feel okay, but once you really start running full speed, you might have some issues. But we're also missing Terrion Arnold, Kirby Joseph, and Brian Branch in the secondary for the Lions tonight. So lots of messes out here.
That is very true. But let's talk about this first drive. Detroit is on the 37-yard line in Tampa Bay territory. Jared Goff is on the shotgun. Little feed to Gibbs. I almost feel like Gibbs needs, like what you said before, maybe outside the tackles, outside everything, just to alleviate the pressure that's coming from the inside of the defense of the Buccaneers. Is that what you would think that's what they're going to do with Gibbs, and then with Montgomery just keep it down in north and south?
Yeah, I think that's what they need to do to keep running the ball. I mean, obviously we have a really great offensive line in Detroit, and they've been doing a great job blocking for those guys all season, but Vita Vea really is. He's shutting down everyone that comes straight to him. So he's been kind of in and out throughout the season, but when he's out there, he has been stopping everyone. So I would say, just try to avoid going just straight up the middle as much as possible. And they should be looking good. I think their receiving game looks good. And here, I know I'm a little bit ahead of you here, but Amon-Ra St. Brown gets the first touchdown of the night on a 27-yard catch.
Yes, and there was a penalty on the field. It looked like it was a hold on Tampa Bay, correct?
I think on a earlier play there was there was an interference on Jameson Williams.
Oh, okay. So that was okay. So maybe
so the next play here you'll see it. Sorry about that, folks. I know that's tough when we're out of sync here.
No, that's fine. That's fine. St. Brown's first touchdown is that you got to get him moving right away. I mean, it's important to get St. Brown going, so the rest of the team kind of fits in the structure. It seems like when he's not going, the rest of the teams, I don't know, I wouldn't say lagging, but they just kind of feed off his his ex- his excitement, right?
Yeah, I think even the first play of the game, they went to St. Brown as well. So they're trying to get things moving. I think Jamison Williams is really the key to get going. Otherwise, he kind of doesn't get going at all. So
Oh yeah,
they just had that penalty, so he didn't get the catch on that drive. But yeah, I think he's the biggest guy that we got to get going. I think everyone else can kind of move along, and then as well as Sam Laporta. Usually they're a lot more run heavy early in the game, and Laporta does a little more in the second half. So we'll see about that. But Jamison Williams, I think, is the guy that we really want to make sure we get going for the Lions.
yeah. Uh, I like just like what you said last week with Jamison Williams. He, you say that sometimes he doesn't run his route or he can't get open on his route because there's a guy on top of him, below him. I would feel like I don't know. I think that to me, maybe he doesn't run his routes completely and then gives up on the play, or maybe you're right. Maybe they just kind of sit on him too much. Or
Yeah, well, and like that 30-yard play that we just saw where Gibbs had the ball, and it was just a quick short pass, and then the receivers were out blocking in front. You want to be able to do those same kind of plays and design them for Williams so that he can catch it right at the line of scrimmage,
Mhm.
but then he can use his speed to break away from the other guys
Yeah,
on the defense. So
yeah, yeah. And then for Tampa Bay's first possession, I think just do you think they'll just go throw, and then see if they can find the weak spot right away, or do you think they'll keep the ball on the ground?
yeah, they've got a nice balance. One of the things for Tampa Bay that's missing is Bucky Irving. He's been out the last couple of weeks here, but Rashad White was the starter prior to that. He's been running the ball very well. Both of these teams have really explosive offenses. But yeah, we should see a good share of Rashad White out here and see that passing game going. I believe Chris Godwin is out in this game, but I think that I saw that Mike Evans is in. So having Mike Evans and Emeka Ibuka will be a big deal. I'll tell you for sure here in just a moment when they announce the starting lineups, but I was thinking Mike Evans was playing tonight.
Yeah, that's kind of huge for Tampa. I mean, but let's think about this. Tez Johnson, he's basically taking the spot for Godwin, so he's kind of a God bless for Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, well, and they've got a ton of weapons, just like Detroit. Tez and Cam, they have their tight end Kate Otten is really really good when he's given opportunities. Their wide receivers have been so good that Kate Otten kind of gets left out of the mix, but Kate is an exceptional tight end as well as a pass catcher and as a blocker.
Yeah, yeah. Um, as I'm coming back, as it's coming back from the commercial, what's happening on your end?
Yeah, we already did the kick return. Tampa is out there on the field, and it looks like the first handoff goes to Rashad White, and he's got a nice 5-yard gain there.
Okay.
I did see number 13 on the field, so that's Mike Evans. So he is playing. So that's good news for the Buccaneers. In a game that is going to be a high scoring game, you want to make sure you have your top wideouts available to you. So
Okay. Uh, what kind of defense is Detroit playing? As I'm catching up to you.
yeah, it's hard to tell right now. Just after the first play, everyone's kind of down the line of scrimmage. They were kind of expecting the run, but even expecting the run, it was a 5-yard run. So here we got a little play action. Baker's rumbling around a little bit. Looks like there's man coverage out there.
Mm-hmm. So is there Is Baker Mayfield going to have that? Would you rather see Baker Mayfield run for 40 yards the game, or would you rather have him get? They think that uh, a lot of these gambling sites think that he'll have over 250 yards of passing. What would you rather see him do more for Detroit's case? I mean,
Well, and something that we've talked about a few times is that Detroit's biggest weakness on defense, and right now they've got injuries in that backfield, but typically their biggest weakness is running quarterbacks. So
yeah.
typically I'd be more afraid of that. But in this particular game, I would just suspect that both quarterbacks are going to have over 300 yards passing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see Tampa Bay doing that. Yeah, and I feel I feel like Jared Goff will have around 240 to 280, just because our running game. I think that will stick to the ground if we need to. If if we have the lead.
Yeah,
That
well, and especially missing so many guys in the secondary
yeah.
for the Lions, I would imagine Baker will pass the ball a lot. It does look like we were able to get fourth down though out here. So
I just saw the uh, Mayfield scramble out of the pocket, and Detroit collapsed the pocket, and I think that was Campbell, Jack Campbell again, with presence of keeping Mayfield from scrambling outside.
yeah,
Yeah, that's and Jack Campbell is probably should be the MVP for the defense of this year for Detroit as of right now. That guy's everywhere. I mean,
is it yet?
I know that you're huge on Hutchinson, but and Branch is not out there today, but I still feel like that Jack Campbell is just he's just doing it. I mean, him and and what's his last name?
Yeah, Alex Anzalone
Yeah,
and Derek Barnes, all three
yeah,
linebackers have been really great all season.
hmm yeah. And it
Um,
comes from Shepard as the new defense coordinator, who you once was a linebacker coach.
yeah, linebacker coach. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think in the next few years here, we're going to see more with Kelvin Shepard going on to become a head coach. So
don't say that.
he really is. He's an exceptional defensive coordinator. I know I've been saying it all season, but I believe that he is better than Aaron Glenn. So,
I I think let's talk about the Jets. The Jets first. I mean, Aaron Glenn. I think his time has passed him by. I think that's one of those things that is like coaching. He's unreliable to the players. I mean, he brought the Bible to preseason, I guess you call it, or training camp. So I don't know what you're trying to do. Trying to start or play football. I mean,
yeah.
says so, but let's
Well, and that was the thing that I thought with Aaron Glenn was that, really this Detroit Lions defense wasn't an exceptional defense up until last year. And it was the addition of the Terrion Arnold and Jack Campbell and the Brian Branch and adding all these extra pieces on defense, bringing in Carlton Davis, bringing in C.J. Gardner-Johnson for a season there. There were so many pieces that they brought in on defense. It was like any defensive coordinator is going to be successful because there's so much there. And last year was really the first year that the defense was really, really dominant up until about the last 4 weeks of the year when so many injuries piled up. That really slowed things down. But that's really what got Aaron Glenn the job as a head coach is last season. And last season, there were just way too many talented guys. So we're seeing some injuries still here, but I think only McNeil, I think I did see, is back out on the field now.
Okay, good.
So that'll be a huge piece. That'll be the last chunk of that defensive line that we need to get back. Marcus Davenport is out now, but that's a recent injury. Lee McNeil's injuries from last season. So
Uh-huh.
having a Lee McNeil, DJ Reader, and Aiden Hutchinson back out there is huge. And hopefully we get Marcus Davenport healthy here again soon too.
Yeah, I mean, the further along that we go, obviously, the further along we want guys healthy, obviously. I mean, did you see that cornfield of St. Brown upside down, and then the guy took
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that's pretty cool? That was pretty funny. I am seeing Detroit on their second drive, first down and 10. So Griff is going to be a couple seconds ahead of me. So I'm got to catch up. And I'm seeing St. Brown being released in the zone defense. I think that was. I don't think that was man to man. So I don't know why Tampa Bay allow him to be that open. That was kind of nuts.
Yeah, Tampa does a cover 2 defense.
Okay.
And it allows for a little more space with their safety. And the ball just came out. I believe Tampa Bay recovered it. It was knocked out of Jared Goff's hand right as he was getting ready to throw. Oof.
So that's going to be a concern about. That's one of those things I'm always kind of concerned about Jared Goff, is that his presence in the pocket, his awareness. Now, I'm not going to say that this is his fault for what happened, but this sometimes can occur where he'll just not feel it. Because what I'm seeing right now is, again, I'm behind the time lapse, which I can't understand why. But is that what happened with Jared Goff?
No, that's a tough one. This one I think Goff needs to throw the ball. Taylor Decker was doing his blocking assignment, and Taylor Decker is one of the best tackles in the game. So he had him for a while, and he didn't want to hold, so he eventually let him run behind him on the back end. But yeah, I don't think you can put that on your lineman. At some point, you just got to be able to throw the football, or Goff has to step up in the pocket. There's also another Buccaneer that was on the ground in front of him, so maybe he felt like he couldn't move forward. But
well, I'm seeing the replay, and I get what you're saying.
There's a guy kind of rolling on the ground in front.
Yeah, I see that, but I also feel like Jared Goff felt like he had enough time, and you
got to feel comfortable with Decker over there, but you gotta throw the ball.
Yeah, you're right. Decker did his assignment. He did his all right.
I mean, that's what his job is, right? His job is to be able to block for 3 to 4 seconds.
Yeah,
and then that's it. And I mean, anymore, it's 2 to 3 seconds with as good as these edge rushers are usually. But it's incredible what these offensive linemen have to deal with. But
yeah, so I mean, and the more important thing is to keep Tampa Bay from scoring points from this drive. So if Detroit can keep them off the scoreboard, that would be a big plus for Detroit, and the defense did their job. Let's face it, I think Montgomery will come out for the next drive for Detroit. He'll probably settle down the game, get him going, and hypothetically change the tempo of the game for Detroit. Hopefully. That's what I'm hoping to see. Because he is the better running back, and you did say that he should be the first and second down guy.
The better pure runner, yeah.
Yeah, and where Gibbs is going to be your third down guy, and then the guy that will be on the outside flat catching the ball from Jared Goff. So that is something. As I'm in commercial break, let's really talk about that Denver game. is there was a play that I'm going to go back to that play in the fourth quarter about, I think it was like 2 minutes left or a minute, 48 seconds, where New York did throw the ball downfield. And no, was it? Yeah, was it New York? Yeah, it was New York. And they threw a penalty, and then they went ahead on that scoring drive, which I think that to me was a bit suspicious. But Denver came back. Bo Nix. Some people say that New York was just too young, too immature, to time manage and all that. But how do you? I mean, you can't go wrong with that game. I mean, how do you not learn? I mean, I don't
Yeah,
think there's you can do
the
about it.
interception that he threw was really the big difference maker in the game right there. But yeah, it's the Broncos have made it to the playoffs recently. Bo Nix had a lot of success last year. Um, they've seen some wins, and that Giants team hasn't had a lot of wins over the last 3 or 4 years here while Brian Daboll's been there. I know I said this last week as well, but yeah, I really like Brian Daboll as a coach. He has built up a team that was started at a very, very poor position, and to think, right away when he came in, the upper ups for the Giants got rid of Saquon Barkley, and then last year they decided against Daniel Jones, and so he's got to replace everything. And to have Jackson Dart and Cam Skidebo playing so well this early, and without having Malik Neighbors out there on the field, who is a monster target, that's a really, really impressive team that they've put together. Their defense is really good. They have a phenomenal defensive line, possibly the best defensive line in the game. But yeah, that's the way you got to build it. They got to keep building maybe another offensive lineman. They need another wide receiver, but they're getting very, very close. So I do hope that they keep Brian Daboll around, even though there's some losses here. It's just a team that needs to learn how to win, and then they'll start making some of those things happen. It's some of the little things that you have with rookie quarterbacks where you can't throw the interception at the end of the game there. You got to make sure that you're getting out of bounds, or you're moving or staying in bounds when you need to with a short clock and you've got a big lead. Being able to get it off to the running back, being able to just throw it away. All those little things with time management are really, really important. And I think that's the biggest thing for those guys to work on.
Okay. That sounds fair. I will say that I think that New York Giants coach, he just needs to be. I think the GM in New York needs to be more patient with him. And you're right, set him up right. Detroit just made a huge stop. Jack Campbell again. It was third and short. Tampa had a 5-yard penalty. They started moving the ball in the air, and then third down and short. Campbell, who was on coverage on White, made an excellent open field tackle. It looked like Calvin Shepard called the play and pointed that out to Campbell. It looked like when he was running up and down the field, they went to the camera for a split second of Calvin Shepard, which I don't know if that's true or not, but it just seems like that's kind of what happened. Detroit gets the punt. But I don't know. I'm trying to connect the dots here. I mean, sometimes they will give you a bone or two and just show you something that you're not supposed to see at a pedestrian level. You know what I mean? Civilian. I'm just
sometimes there's things that happen that we don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe what we should do is figure out how to get cameras of the game, live game, all the pictures, and then we can be helping the New York NFL League decide if that was a good play or bad play when they need to throw the red flag. I'll let you get to it. I think that you'll be good at that, Griff. You can be the new administrative office guy to review all the questionable plays. Sound
Man,
good?
what a job to have, right?
Wouldn't that be a job to have? And then think about someone saying like, "We're going to give you an extra $5,000 if you go the other way." You just keep it. See, that's what happens. You know that's true. Come on, Griff.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, do I? I'm just the guy who's watching the Detroit Lions. I'm still hoping for the best. Look, uh, any other games out there that you saw from yesterday that you're like, this guy might be the guy to pick up if you have a couple of injured players? Any standouts?
I mean, really, the big thing this last week was with Tez Johnson. As you mentioned earlier, I think everyone kind of knew that and saw that. We weren't sure if Emeka Egbuka was going to be out there. We weren't sure if Mike Evans was going to be out there. So, I mean, that's definitely the move. Daniel Jones was a guy I know I said in the first couple of weeks, like, make sure you go pick him up on your team. It seemed like he slowed down for a couple of weeks after that, and a lot of teams have dropped him.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's coming back strong again the last 2 weeks. So just keep him on your team. He's a good bench quarterback. He's a good number 2 quarterback on your team, but he should help you out during your bye week and possibly a couple of other weeks throughout. So,
Okay.
the big thing that I saw was the return of George Kittle.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
In his first week back, they only used him really as a run blocker,
Mm-hmm.
which is fantastic for any Christian McCaffrey fantasy holders. But unfortunately, for anyone that plugged George Kittle in, that was a rough week for you. He put up a goose egg in fantasy. So,
Mm-hmm. Well, it's going to take Kittle a couple of weeks. Come on. I mean, you got to
yeah.
get back to that conditioning mode.
Well, and I was going to say, to be fair, I think that we've seen Kittle with a few injuries in the past where he's been out a few weeks. He's had hamstring issues before. That's what this was as well. Whenever they do bring him back, they usually bring him back as that run blocker for a week or two.
Yeah.
Before he does start catching passes. So,
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised next week if it was another slow week for fantasy. But then George Kittle should kind of come back after that.
Okay. That sounds fair. Look, I like George Kittle. I'm not a big San Francisco fan. So, I mean, it's just one of those things that you got to respect the guy for being such a good player.
Yeah, well, they had 37 rushes yesterday.
Yeah. I mean,
so that's massive. So
they kind of just put Atlanta Falcons in their place. Told them, like, hey, I know you guys had a big couple games in the past couple weeks, and then now they're like, this is your wake-up call.
Yeah, Raheem Morris is doing a great job with that team too.
As I'm watching the game of Detroit Lions in Tampa Bay, there was a reception by St. Brown. It kind of scares me that we're just going to St. Brown or St. Brown's game that wide open and there's no one else on that team. I do like what you said, Laporta in the second half, but I feel like they need to, spread the love so that Tampa Bay doesn't get too comfortable. There is a run play by Gibbs, who just ran up the middle. So they're keeping the ball on the ground to keep the linebackers disciplined.
Yeah, and Gibbs just had a really nice catch right after that as well.
Mm-hmm. And I just saw Jared Goff making that moment of relief and like, you know what? There's no one open. I'm going to run the ball out of the pocket. I'm going to do my best version of Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. I just don't have the swag for it. But he ran out of bounds. So that's what I want to see. I don't want him to throw the ball where it's not there. There's the Michiganer from Arkansas, Tesla on the field right now. And obviously, you're right about Gibbs in the backfield being thrown the ball to Jared Goff. There's another, 15, 20 minute I mean, a 20-yard drive, a 15-yard drive. Laporta's looking back and wondering where his number is going to be called. Saw that. Camera caught that.
Yeah. Well, and we keep seeing the ball getting thrown to Amon-Ra St. Brown as well because they're not covering him very well. And
No.
what they need to do is they need to get a safety to move over to cover over the top.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do that, that's what's going to open up Jamison Williams on the top end as well. So
Okay.
That could be something that we're trying for. We're trying to send it to St. Brown to try and open that up with the safety in the backfield. But, yeah, for right now, it looks like a good one. You're probably seeing the Gibbs run right now and getting swallowed up by the defensive line.
You're right.
That's Vita Vea, the guy I was talking about a little while ago, that he's just so incredibly good at stopping guys right in the middle of the field.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I did see that. I got Jared Goff throwing the ball right down to Laporte. Nope, to Wright. Maybe for 5 yards. Wright is becoming more and more of a reception kind of guy. I don't know if it's by design or Laporta's just not feeling it. I don't know. So as I'm watching the game, they're down in 9. So shotgun, Jared Goff.
Yeah, I did see Brock Wright had one early, but because they're focusing on the run so much, they're putting Brock Wright and Sam Laporta both out there a lot.
Yeah.
And so with both of them out there blocking, Brock Wright is the guy that you wouldn't expect the ball to go to, so it's kind of a surprise play.
Okay.
Usually it's a mismatch because Brock Wright really could be a starting tight end on a lot of teams in the NFL.
You're right. So we're going for fourth, 45%. Detroit, Jared Goff, shotgun. Colin Williams, low over top. No flag, Tesla, incomplete pass. Again, this is something that's kind of questionable. Would you have gone just for the field goal? Just say, you know what? Let's bite the bullet. Let's get out 3 points. Let's put still the pressure on Tampa to keep scoring.
Well, and Tampa has had 2 offensive drives. If it was 14-7, maybe I can make that move. But I do think that because our defense has played well and we've been stopping them, we're up 7-0. Just go ahead and kick the points. Just make it 10-0.
Yeah.
But in this case, I know a lot of teams are going for this now. It's 4th and 2. So they didn't have to go to the end zone. They could have. I mean, they only needed the 2 yards.
Yeah.
So that one's a reasonable one. But I know I'm always a little more conservative than I always say. Just take the points, especially while you're already ahead. Just keep adding the points on, and keep letting that defense do what it's doing.
What would you think? All right, Mike Ditka or Parcells? Who would have gone for that, and who would have gone for the field goal? 2 similar coaches, but 2 kind of different demeanors.
I think both coaches go for the field goal there, but they're old school coaches from back in the day when you didn't go for it on 4th down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to say.
How about let's throw John Gruden in there? What do you think?
Gruden might have gone for it.
Yeah.
Gruden had a little more aggressive play calling.
Speaking of Gruden, there's a word about Gruden going to Penn State. Do you believe that? Do you think John Gruden would go to college and hey, let's go and toughen it up, go and get things going?
If he was given an opportunity to be a head coach again, I think that would be a really great opportunity for him.
No.
I don't know if they're going to let him do it, but certainly not in the NFL. So yeah, he would have to go to the college level, but
Yeah.
that would be. I mean, Penn State's a great program that's had a lot of success over the years, and I don't know if you want a coach that has any turmoil in his background, but
Do you think? Do you hear
he
that?
has been a very successful coach.
Do you think Penn State will be cursed for a while? I mean, this is something that's just like, I mean, who do you put in there? I mean, I feel bad.
Well,
I feel bad for those players. I mean, and the whole Penn State crowd. I mean, it's just like be bygones, and let's get this moving again. This isn't.
well, and James Franklin kind of was doing that, right? I mean, we talked about this last week where, regular season, he still had good records.
Yeah, but you can't.
They're struggling this year, but
But it's about winning. But it's about winning the big game.
Great catch by Mike Evans right there.
Okay. So we're
there's a
back.
flag on it, though. We're going to see what happened there. But at any rate, back to the Penn State. Yeah, it's one of the better programs in the nation. I think what they need is a coach like James Franklin that didn't have any prior issues with anything, maybe a younger up and coming kind of coach, and just kind of build from there. But it's a tough spot to be in right now. Ohio State looks really good.
Yeah. Ohio State's always gonna look good. Is this the year? Hey, besides, are you a Michigan State fan football?
I am a Michigan State fan, yes.
Did you guys have a chance to be in Michigan? Amazing Blue?
Yeah. Always have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan's been dropping down. I think they're down to 25th in the rankings now. We've got a young quarterback that has some great athleticism. He can move around a little bit, which he might need to do against Michigan's defense. But anytime that these guys play against each other, it's not like watching any other game. It's anytime you have those big rivalries like that, everyone steps up. Yeah.
So, not to interrupt you, but the flag that's just happened with Evans' unbelievable catch, was that on Detroit?
It was holding on Detroit, and it was declined, and they got the catch.
Okay, because I saw a little push off from Evans. Maybe that's why he was holding.
You saw right away that Evans was kind of upset that a flag was thrown, like he thought it was on him. But I'm guessing that's what was happening, though, was that, Detroit was holding, and that's why he had to kind of push off.
Okay. No, what's amazing about Evans is that how old is this guy? He still has it. I mean, he's still got good hands and good enough speed. He's just like, look at this. With all these replays I'm seeing, I mean, you don't see that guy that age is doing that. I know he just came back from injury, but I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Mike Evans, I just can't say enough about how great he has been over the years for that Buccaneers team.
Yeah.
1,000 yards receiving every year, 10 touchdowns every year. It's just it's incredible the way that he's done it. He's never had any like really big seasons. He hasn't had like 1,800 yards or more.
No.
But he just consistently puts up about 1,300. He kind of reminds me of like Curtis Martin as a running back.
Okay, yeah.
Curtis Martin never did anything super great, but 10 consecutive years of 1,000 yards rushing. He just kept moving the ball 4 to 5 yards every time. And then that was it. And that's kind of the way that I see Mike. He's really got a knack for red zone touchdowns. He's been one of the best in the league for that. So somebody I think has always been overrated, though.
Yeah. So underrated.
Underrated. Excuse me, underrated.
Underrated. Overrated. I mean, yeah. I don't think he's overrated. I think you're right. He's underrated. I am at 3rd down and 3. So I am seeing a shotgun at Mayfield, sending Evans to the left side of the field. Low pressure, ball batted, 4th and 3. See, that is something I think that Detroit, all these defenses need to keep their hands up. If you don't get to the quarterback, then put your hands up. Make it difficult for the quarterback to see between the hands and the lanes, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you can,
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, there's a lot happening right there on the line of scrimmage, but
good.
that was one of those things that the New York Giants in their last 2 Super Bowl runs with Eli Manning, with the Jason Pierre-Paul and Justin Tuck, they were so good at that, is getting their hands up and blocking the balls down.
Uh huh. Uh huh. And then, all right, Detroit's going to have the ball. Um, I'm kind of mind boggled why Tampa Bay is having such a difficult time moving the ball downfield. It must be the defense of play call that we're calling. Are we?
Yeah,
As, what kind of
yeah.
defense do you
The
see
big
that?
thing I think is Aleem McNeil, and we've seen him a few times now where he's not getting the sack yet, but he is putting a lot of pressure in there.
Yeah.
And Baker just doesn't have enough time to throw the ball.
Okay.
And then what the other issue might be is that Egbuka and Evans, they're both coming off of injury. They might still not be 100%.
Okay.
Knowing that they needed to play, this is a huge game in the NFC.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, these are the top 2 offenses, but both these guys wanted to play, and maybe they're just not making their breaks as quick, and the defense looks good right now. They've got a zone going back there, but Baker might just not have enough time to be able to see things going. I have seen a decent run game though for Tampa. So Rachaad White is running the ball well. But we'll see if they just keep running the ball like that, if that'll wear down some of the Lions defense. See if they can't do more of the passes later in the game. So
here's the thing I want to ask you. So do you think that NFL teams should do what hockey teams do, is rotate players for every hockey they do every minute, 40 seconds. But for the defense, you think they should rotate defensive players, defensive line guys for every set down? Do you think that'd be a good idea to keep the guys, the defensive line fresh? I don't think it would work from the offensive line because it's kind of like a unit thing. They have to be out there. You think that would work? To keep guys fresh?
I mean, as far as between plays go?
No, like every set down. So, like for example, like this, let's say Tampa Bay's defense, they'll have their 5 defensive line guys set for whatever play it's called that Detroit does. And of course, the linebackers, cornerback, safeties.
Yeah, well, and part of that is dependent on the other team's offense. So if the other team has a substitution, then they have to allow time for the defense to do a substitution. But if they hurry back, then the team doesn't have to wait for the defense to make a substitution. So that's where you get a lot of your 12-man on the field penalties. So there's like one guy's running off the field while another guy's coming on. And they'll be trying to do that quickly in a transition. But if the team snaps the ball before that happens, then there's not enough time for it. And that's why I think you probably don't see as many substitutions. But a lot of these guys on that defensive line, they only play 75 to 85% of the time.
Okay.
So they do rotate a little more often.
Did you see that stat of Detroit? 147 yards reception and then 114 yards after the catch that they just showed.
I didn't see that, but that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
And And that's the thing, right? Is every time that Goff holds onto the ball for a minute, he's getting pressured down there.
Yeah.
And that's what they've got is a lot of those like short passes to Gibbs, and then running the ball afterward.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm at second down and 12. I got a delay game for Detroit. Be down like 3rd and 17. These little things are, they're not going to catch up Detroit right inside right now, but during down the line of the season, during the playoffs, this could change the element for Detroit. So I hate these delay games, these infractions. Don't like them. I'm still at second down 17 as right now.
Yeah, you got to keep clean up the penalties a little bit. Watch this one here. Number 8, Dennis is cutting through the line of scrimmage quickly.
Okay. I just saw St. Brown catch the football for like 13 yards off the inside flat. Again, they just kind of let him run wherever he wants to, which is kind of nuts. They just
– Hey, if you leave Amon-Ra St. Brown open all game, we're just going to beat you. That's –
Yeah,
But they're not doing it – they're not doing it often enough, right? I mean, we still only have the one score.
Yeah.
We could have had a second score there if we –
Oh, my God.
If Tesla was able to make the catch or if we were kicking the field goal. But 2 fairly successful drives downfield.
So you were just making that call where Dennis, number 8 of the defense for Tampa Bay, just comes in the blitz and he sacks Jared Goff. Again, this is something that the replay from the backside, you almost kind of see that Jared Goff didn't see him coming up, or I don't know how to explain that. It just looks.
Goff just didn't have enough time to get away.
No, not at all.
Just came right through. But that right there is a sack that, pretty much every quarterback in the league takes.
Yeah.
He wasn't out of the pocket, so he can't, throw it just out and away. And he didn't have anyone in his view that he could throw it to at that point.
Yeah.
So that was just a great play by the defense. But they've been putting great pressure on Goff. And so that's why these real short little screen patterns and things have been working for Detroit, is because that pressure's coming so heavy. They're throwing just a quick ball, and that's why these guys are able to run down the field, because the first guy that should be covering them is blitzing. So,
So
keep sticking to those types of plays.
So I see that. Okay, so so yesterday's game, Green Bay, did they win or lose? I didn't get to see that because I was at work. Did Green Bay win? The Packers?
Sorry, say it again for me. What? I couldn't hear you there.
The Packers will win yesterday?
Oh, against Arizona. Yeah, Green Bay won.
Yeah. What do you think about this storyline with Kyle Murray? Is he just kind of on his way out by just not being the elite quarterback that?
Oh, no, Kyler Murray's out. Jacoby Brissett has played the last 2 games.
Yeah, but
and Jacoby Brissett's played very well in both games. But yeah, Murray has had some injury issues his whole career. But yeah, it always seemed like Murray just
doesn't care. I just have that.
He doesn't have the work ethic. His athleticism was always able to get him wherever he needed to go.
Yeah.
But It's also really hard for him, though. Every year they're switching to new offensive people, new coordinators, new head coaches. They've got the same coach now for a couple of years, but the offensive coordinator has switched. So he's just got, it's like Alex Smith always had that mid-level career, and it was in San Francisco. He had 8 years in a row that he had a new offensive game scheme that he had to learn. And it makes it hard. You got to be able to have the same system set up, and then you have to be able to just find a way to execute that scheme. But it comes with having the right players and all that as well. So, anytime that you make a coaching change, I know for me as an owner, I would like to think that whatever coach I brought in, I would have to pretty much guarantee 3 years. So none of the stuff where these coaches come in and you give them until week 15 and then you fire them the first year that they're there. They're trying to change a system that was in place, and it's a system that no one's even been able to learn yet. So for me, I feel like a lot of these guys need more time. I know it's the NFL is such a huge money maker. You always need, the here and now, and you have to win now. But I mean, a lot of these teams, like the Cardinals, for example, who have not been winners for a long time.
No.
You need to find somebody that you're willing to put in there for a long period of time to build something. And if it doesn't work, then go to something new. But some of these programs, like Brian Dabble, like I was talking about, there's a lot of really great things that are going in there. It's just not translated to wins yet. But, you think Malik Neighbor's going to be out all season for those guys. But the way that Jackson Dart is playing, the way Skidebo is playing, there's good pieces. And you just got to keep working together and keep building, and it'll come.
Yeah.
But it takes time.
Of course. So there's first down, Tampa Bay. They just barely made it. There was a play earlier of Tampa Bay where Evans and another guy ran the same route, and that was just smacked each other in the head. I just seen Mayfield throw the ball away. It looked like who's number 15 for Tampa Bay, because it looked like Mayfield just threw the ball in fifth number Johnson. Tez Johnson he didn't run the route right, which is frustrating the snot out of Baker Mayfield.
Baker, yeah.
I mean, the guy just didn't run his route, and then him and Evans almost ran into each other a set of downs before that. So now they're back on the ground. Hutchinson makes a half tackle, call it half tackle if you want to. But 3rd and 6, Detroit, it's loud. It's getting loud in there. That's the advantage that you have at home for Detroit. Let's see what's going to happen here. I mean, there's a sack of each of the last 5 games, franchise record for Aiden Hutchinson. So we're hoping that continues tonight.
And that's only because he only played 4 games last year.
You're right.
And he had 6.5 sacks in the 4 games. So
yeah, there's an incomplete pass. That's a hell of a coverage of Rock Yao-Sen. That guy. Where did that guy come from, by the way? Is he a draft pick? What?
Yeah, he's just the next man up in our secondary.
Yeah.
And he's made a couple of nice plays.
But look at Evans. Evans goes up and he always makes – well, he did make that catch, but his
Yeah, they showed the replay a couple of times there. Yeah, it's one foot in. Yeah, the other one didn't come in. And you saw Mike Evans before he even looked up at a ref or any other players. He was obviously upset, hit the ground.
Yeah.
And he knew that he did not get the catch. So,
oh, that's a fair catch from Detroit. They're on their own 11-yard line. I'm going to say this out of the blue. I think Detroit needs to score on this drive to alleviate the pressure on the defense for Detroit and get some points up, even if it's just 3 points. Let's not get too comfortable with being 7-0 and just lingering. If you let the linger, you know what's going to happen? It gives Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield, fresh of breath air coming into the second half. I know there's 7 minutes left to go in the first half, but let's face it, folks. Detroit should be up 17-0.
Well, the defense has been playing great for Detroit. So if you can get up by a couple of scores, like you said, even if it is a field goal, it'll make a huge difference. But, of course, we just saw Denver come back 30 points in the last 5.5 minutes of the game yesterday. So,
is it that it was a 19-0? Because I was like, just
yeah.
So, but basically, New York just didn't know how to manage the time, like what you said earlier.
Yeah, it started with the interception that really just didn't need to happen, and then that was it. The momentum had switched so heavily right after that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you gotta throw the ball, get them to spend their timeouts, all that. That's all part of it. So, and now he knows, right? That's in 15 years from now, maybe Jackson Dart will still be a starter on a team, and he'll be able to say to his team, hey, we had guys that came back on us. Now we're going against a rookie quarterback. We can do this on them, and use it for future experience. So,
Max Jones, San Francisco 49ers. Purdy, is he coming back next week? Is Mac Jones? Is there a conversation between these two quarterbacks right now?
Yeah, there was a lot of talk about Purdy coming back this week, and then they decided not to. Next week is their bye week, though, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you're right.
So they'll get that one. They'll get that one off. No, I'm lying to you. I'm looking it up here. Their bye week's not until week 14. So, but no, Brock Purdy should be the quarterback as soon as he comes back. It's they just paid him all that money. But the thing is that if Brock Purdy comes back and he does not play well, then there might be a conversation where, man, Mac Jones really looked good, but Brock Purdy was playing very well before he got hurt. And then when he came back in week 4, he played well again. So, yeah, you gotta give it to Brock. Even though I would say that I think Mac Jones is the better quarterback. I know I talk about it all the time with the offensive scheme of Kyle Shanahan's. I think that most any quarterback would look good in that scheme. But I think Mac Jones just has better tools than Brock Purdy does.
Well, I just saw a spin move from Gibbs. That's one hell of a spin move. Looks kind of like Barry Sanders. I do see a flag on the field. Is this on Detroit? It looks like it's on Detroit by just the way that Gibbs is looking at the impression on his face. And Dan Campbell is going nuts. Well, kind of nuts. Like he's concerned. They should be a face mask on Tampa, but there's no call for that. Even if it was temporary, when there's blocking the back by Khalif Raymond, that's something. I mean, that should be an offset penalty, actually. There should be 2 penalties, one on the defense, one on offense.
Yeah, well, the defender there, Antoine Winfield, looked like he went to the sideline like he got poked in the eye. And he had his helmet off, and he was trying to get something rubbed out of his eye for a minute there.
Contact. I think he's got to contact him, and they're trying to figure out where it's at. It's not good when you can't find your contact.
Yeah, out there on that football field, you can just it's gone.
It's gone.
You better have a backup set. Backup
sets. Let's emphasize sets, not set.
Yeah.
First 17, folks. We are having issues on Detroit Lions. Everything's low, slow poke. I feel like I'm watching Detroit Tigers baseball with no runs and guys on base. But call it what you want to call it. Seattle, Toronto playing tonight. Hope game 7. Hopefully Seattle wins. I'm shooting out for Seattle. Nothing against Toronto. Back to Gibbs.
Yeah, speaking of Seattle and Houston also playing later tonight. I think that's about to kick off as well.
Actually,
In the Monday Night Football game, they do these doubleheaders now.
yeah, I think they moved that game to 10 o'clock, actually. Just because of the Seattle Mariners game and Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So I don't think if Seattle wasn't in the playoffs, I think they would have had it at 8 o'clock. But come on, how do you watch 2 games at once? Even though I do have the Red Wings on one of the other TVs, which I can't really watch. All right, other games that you saw just yesterday. What pops in your head about what you thought?
Yeah, as far as big takeaways, how about Cincinnati's win over Pittsburgh? That one was pretty impressive. Joe Flacco had a huge game. That one I thought was really great. And then also the early game yesterday in London, the LA Rams. Jacksonville has had the best defense in the league all season.
Yeah.
And man, they had no answer. There was no Puka Nakua out there. And to just have Devontae Adams kind of running it. 3 touchdowns, great game. Matthew Stafford looked phenomenal. They ran the ball well. Didn't have any issues with the defense at all. 35-7. Man, it was like Jacksonville just completely fell apart. But impressive takeaways, more full team effort than anything else. But
yeah, let's go back to that Pittsburgh Cincinnati game. How mad! I've never seen so much TikTok and other platforms, social platforms, of everybody imitating the Cleveland Browns fan base and how upset they are, and Cincinnati, in the Steelers fan base saying, "How could you trade to one of our arch rivals or in that same division?" Is that not the dumbest thing in the world? Even though, come on, even though Joe Flacco is old, I mean, it'd be like trading Aaron Rodgers to Detroit in a game in 2 weeks before the playoffs against Green Bay. Wouldn't that be the dumbest thing in the world? How could you? Isn't that dumb?
It happens a lot. That's also a little bit of a different situation because Cincinnati and Cleveland don't have those kind of records right now.
No.
But Joe Flacco looked really bad the week before that in Cleveland.
Yeah.
2 weeks prior, before they put Dylan Gabriel in.
But the talent base.
But Flacco last year when he was at Indianapolis, he looked like his arm kind of gave out on him. So it's kind of 2 years in a row now that Flacco has not looked good. But, yeah, you put him with receiving options like Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and totally different story.
So I see a flag.
Oh, Dre, you're going to want to watch this game closely here.
So I see this flag on the field. So what just happened?
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, this next play here, keep an eye on Gibbs.
Oh, jeez. I'm getting worried here. We need to score. I don't like these games when we have this much talent and Dan Campbell is like ready to bite someone's kneecap off and get up, and we're not doing any of that. Am I right? Am I right?
Watch this next play with Gibbs.
All right, let's see it. All right. Oh, good night. Adios. Hasta luego, amigos. That's an 80-yard touchdown. That is something that I don't think I ever would ever see that ever happen in Detroit ever again. That's like watching Barry Sanders back in the day. Am I right? Oh, Billy Sims. Who remembers Billy Sims? I
Billy
remember.
Sims. Hey, shout out Billy Sims. Yeah.
That's code
Wait,
J. Jamar Gibbs, 78 yards. Can we just give him 80 yards for your fantasy point, guys? Would you be more upset 78 yards or just the touchdown and 78 yards? 2 yards? Is that come on?
it totally depends on my league too.
Man,
So I've got a league that the scoring is very unique. You get some points for yards and everything, but you get 50 points per touchdown.
50 points.
Yeah, so a lot of these guys that don't even run the ball that much, but they always get the goal line scores. Like those are the guys that you draft instead of the normal running back. So it's kind of an interesting league to play in. In that league, I do have Jahmyr Gibbs.
But see, that keeps things
And
relatively.
right after that score, Jahmyr Gibbs is now at 146 points for the game.
Oh, so wait a second. So that kind of when you play in that fantasy league like that, that keeps guys involved that can't pick up like the Barclays, the Gibbs, the Manning, like McCaffrey, but pick up guys that will just score touchdowns so that they at least have a chance to participate and not lose every week, right? Is that kind of how it's set up?
Um, yeah, kind of. I mean, you're still taking the best players, but it's the guys that make more touchdowns,
Yeah. So how many
that end up
points
more successful.
did you see that? What's going on? He's he, Gibbs is like bowing down, and who jumps over him?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? That's not get hurt off a celebration. Am I right?
Some of these, some of these, yeah, excited players. They really get excited.
Man, I tell you, how much in trouble do you think Tampa Bay feels right now? They kind of need to score a touchdown. Maybe not just a field goal, touchdown. It is possible for Mayfield to move the ball down faster than the speed of light. He's basically kind of like Superman. Just sometimes he's got kryptonite, and to get away from kryptonite, he'll be the guy to come back. So I feel like they need to just Baker needs to keep the ball in the air. Detroit's got a 9-10 guy up front. They call the right play to stop the run. White does gain about 5 yards, so that's kind of
Yeah, White's been doing good, about 5 yards each
yeah,
run here.
yeah. So
And those plays are the ones that you don't notice when you're watching football. That in the second half you say, "Hey, what happened? What's going on?" And they're running the ball. It should be
yeah,
2nd and 5 for you now.
yeah.
And here's a deep pass to Mike Evans. Um, and Evans is hurt at the end of this play.
So all that time that Baker Mayfield has, Mike Evans gets his. It feels like he gets landed on by the coverage. I don't know who was on him, but it feels like he lost his breath. Like he landed on the ball landed on the ground, and he took the air out of him.
Yeah, as they keep showing the replay here, it's clear he's taking really short breaths,
Yeah.
but he's having trouble moving. It looks like he may have broken a rib.
Okay. So that was
from the way that he landed there. Yeah.
Okay. So that was Janssen, Janssen again on the coverage. He's filling in from Branch and he's filling in for Taylor Arnold. I wouldn't say something about Taylor Arnold. when he does come back, he needs to stop giving up penalties. That kind of bugs the snot out of me.
Yeah, Tyrion Arnold's still a young guy trying to find his place there on the team. So we brought him in, and right away as a rookie, we started putting him on number 1 wide receivers. And I think he'd be a lot better suited to have been on number 2 guys for a while.
Yeah. I almost feel
like it was kind of a matter because it was, the year before that when we made our NFC championship run when, we lost to San Francisco, but we couldn't stop anyone in the secondary, right? So that's why we had to take him in the first round. That was the whole deal, but
yeah. And it seems like as of right now, it looks like Evans is still on the ground. The team.
He did just walk off with some help from the team trainers, but
yeah, I think that his night might be over.
The way he grabbed his side there, it made me feel like it might be broken ribs.
Oof. No, anyway, have you ever had broken ribs before?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's awful.
Jeez.
You can't breathe and you can't move any part of your body. Just any movement that you make. If you really try to focus on your rib cage, any movement you make with your upper body, it moves your ribs. So it's really painful, and they can press against your lung, which is much worse. I actually had surgery. I had part of my lung removed. I think we've talked about this before, but in order to have part of my lung removed, I had my ribs broken. And so after the healing of just the surgery part, then I had the healing of the broken ribs afterward. And it just every time that you cough or sneeze or you get the hiccups, it's absolutely dreadful.
So we got 3rd and 5. Mayfield just gets sacked. He just stayed in the pocket way too long. One thing I will say about this coverage for Detroit, good passing coverage. But what I liked the most about it is that the 4 defense line guys, stayed in their spots, but they closed in on them, and they didn't let him have any way outside the pocket. This is something that Detroit will have to review at times to remember how to do this. I think that was the set play that Detroit should always look back on, and it's like, this is what we want to do against mobile quarterbacks. Keep the guy in there, allow your cornerback safeties do their job, and then let your defense line guys finish the job.
Yeah, well, and they did. They had great pressure on that one. You do want to be careful with that, though, so that you're not just consistently running the same play.
No.
Because then, other teams are going to be able to scout that out, and they're going to see what you're doing and find ways around it. But
so Rock Young-San, first year in Detroit, 5. What did that say? 5 different teams.
5 teams in the last 7 years.
Holy crap! And he was drafted by the Colts.
And he's played well everywhere he goes. He's just had to move around a lot. So I don't know if there's any locker room issues or anything like that, but he's doing a great job tonight, just keeping up with the speed of Evans to hang in there with him.
Was he a number 1? He wasn't the number 1 draft pick, right? He was
not a number 1, but he was a 2nd round pick though. So
okay.
Yeah.
So he had potential, and he's just a guy that kind of floats for some reason.
Well, and not just that he had potential, but he has continued to play well. So
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if there's off the field issues or anything like that.
So Jameson Williams just caught the ball, but there's a flag and it's coming back, I think. Yeah, I think if this is on Williams, it seems as though he's getting a little frustrated with the coverage of Tampa Bay, but probably more on everyone else. Is it on Detroit? Yeah, it's on. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
on.
yeah. 2nd and 15 afterward.
Yeah. So this is something that Jameson Williams is going to have to understand how to get open without pushing off players, and the teams are going to stick on him like glue. So you might have to do a little cut and paste instead of just running the same route like you're supposed to. I mean, as long as the route that you're supposed to ends up in the same spot where the pass is supposed to go, it really doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get to that same spot. That's the difference.
Right.
Right? So we're
Yeah.
in a shot. And that was the same Brown ball too. I mean, kind of the double coverage, one man on top, one man on bottom, kind of trying to see if Tampa would fall asleep on that play. But, I mean,
Wow.
here we go. Lions season 0 for 18 on 3rd down and 10. Wow, that is not a good ratio. That means you're still at 0%. Wow, that was not good. That was, I don't know what. Did someone miss a block? Did someone just let that guy come through? What happened here? Yeah. What?
Yeah, the Bucks have really had really good pressure all game long.
Well, who had him? The one guy just let him go by like it was nothing. That was not good.
Well, he's on the outside, right? So the lineman went to the inside.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a good punt. Well, maybe 2 of a good punt.
Yeah, man, what was that punt? Was that 80 yards in the air?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
that was 80 yards. That was and we have footage of Evans being taken away on the stretcher.
yeah, you can see Evans looks like he's got a tear in his eye too. Just he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, that's
unfortunate to see.
Yeah, that's not fun to watch. See a guy who had a good career being moved out of the field with kind of a golf cart. So
yeah. Well, here's a great play for the Lions right after that for you.
Wow, great cover. Did he catch that? It's a turnover. Did he catch it? I don't think he caught that.
That is a turnover.
That's not a. Did he really? He did two.
Detroit's got the ball.
Holy! Now, when was the last time Detroit had a turnover in the game? Because Dan Campbell was saying that we haven't had many of those. 1, 2. Oh, he sure did. Look at that. Who is that? Who's on the
they haven't had as many as they did last year, but they're still getting turnovers. But yeah, it hasn't been the same as it was.
Who's 21? Who's not
Meek Robertson?
Yep, Meek Robinson is another guy that is like.
He has been our best corner. He's a slot corner. He does the nickel kind of job. So the guy that kind of goes through the middle of the field on like slant routes, things like that. Yeah. He's defending those routes.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of those routes used to get us in a lot of trouble with like Justin Jefferson and those guys. But those are the routes that Amik Robertson's been covering, and he's done a great job filling in those kind of plays. I think typically in this game he would normally be covering Chris Godwin if Godwin was out there. But
okay.
But yeah, he does a phenomenal job with that.
Okay.
And that's the job that he did with the Raiders prior to that, which is probably why a lot of people didn't know his name. But yeah, he was one of the best corners with the Raiders as well. just covering that slot position.
Was that a off-season thing, or was that what was that again? Was that a trade or?
No, we picked him up in free agency, but was it last year or 2 years ago?
I think it was 2 years ago, right?
No. Well, no.
No, it was last year because
Tyrion Arnold was a rookie last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we brought in Arnold, we brought in Carlton Davis, and we brought in Amik Robertson.
Yeah.
And Carlton Davis usually covers your outside corner wide receiver spot like normal. Amik Robertson does the inside.
Yeah.
And then this year, no more Carlton Davis, but we went out and we got DJ Reed from the New York Jets.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. So let's so when the guys who are covering inside, just like the Amik Robinson did, is he the speed guy, or is the speed guy the guy from outside covering Justin Jefferson? What's the different talents that you see?
It could be different.
What's happening?
I'm looking at our comment section here. It looked like we got some comments a little while ago.
Well, I see that this guy gave us a trophy, or was that
from NFL Game Streaming? Yeah, shout out. Anyway, what were we just saying? We were talking about the different receiving routes. Yeah, sometimes they call it your X or your Z spot. So you have not necessarily the fastest guy, but usually he's got really strong hands. Wes Welker and Julian Edelman kind of ran these routes a lot when they were in New England. Jericho Cotchery, Cole Beasley. These are some of the guys that real traditionally were known for these routes. Larry Fitzgerald, through most of his years, he was on the outside, but towards the end of his career, he moved to the inside because he was catching everything. So he would just go in, he'd catch like a quick 5-yard pass and try and make what he could out of that.
So I don't know what I'm doing here because I try to respond to that. Oh, here we go. I got to go back to comments. Oh, yeah, I accidentally pushed a different button. But no, there's nothing a big difference. It's just the player is just able to understand. Oh, did I just see? Oh, 4th and 5. They went deep, and Jameson Williams does not catch the ball. Wait, what happened? I thought we punished it. So we're going for the field goal. Well, this is something that's very different for Detroit. I will say that we're going for the field goal. She missed it. Oh, my Lord.
Oh. After all of my begging and pleading for them to kick field goals.
All this time, who would wonder why Dan Campbell says, we're going for it.
He has been an extremely accurate kicker, though. So,
but come on. Do we need to get Jason Hansen out of retirement? Is that possible? Who needs Barry Sanders? We don't need Barry Sanders. We need Eddie Murray. He's 65 years old, right? Do you think he still got it?
Bring Eddie back. Bring Eddie back. Eddie and Billy Sims, man. You
might as well bring Billy Sims. Barry Sanders. Who needs Barry Sanders? We got Billy Sims. He's only got a shot left leg that doesn't work, but we'll be okay with it. Ooh, this could be a takeaway.
Yeah, it looks to me like the receiver also has control the whole time, and when they both have control, it goes to the receiver.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looked like it was it was both guys the whole time. So that should be a good catch for Tampa Bay. They are still reviewing it on my end, so it is a long review.
Oh, it is. Look, we might be on the NFL someday. You love how
I don't think that's an NFL official anything, but appreciate the love.
Dude, we have the ball. That's our ball. It's on the guy. It's on our body. That's our ball. Does that not look like our ball? Now they got him to have the ball back, but still, we have that ball.
They are giving it to Detroit.
Dude, wow.
Because it does look like it actually comes out of Kate Otten's hands.
Yeah.
And Yasin gets it, and then Kate Otten puts his hands back on it. And so that would change the possession to the defender.
That is amazing.
If Kate Otten had his hands on it the whole time, it doesn't matter if it's in the body of Yasin.
Yeah.
As long as Kate Otten holds his hands on the ball the whole time, it goes to the receiver. But it does look like he actually doesn't touch the ball for a second there.
Okay.
And then grabs a hold. I said Yasin, but Mullet.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, Detroit football.
2 turnovers in the second quarter.
Just in the same drive there.
Yeah. Now we need points. Here, we should do what we did back in the old days and kick the field goal first and then see if that makes it or not, and then we can go for it. I mean, that's basically the old Detroit. Am I right? Kick the field goal. Don't move the ball down the field. Kick the field goal and call it good. Let's give Bates another try. Give him some practice. Should we give him – hell, let's get Eddie Murray.
I tell you, man, we had such great field goal kickers for so long. Even after Jason Hansen, didn't we get Matt Prater right away after that? And Prater was there for 8 years.
Dude, our franchise player was our kicker.
Year after year.
And that's
some people say that it was Calvin Johnson or Barry Sanders, but
nope. Forget
our
about
most
that.
consistent guy.
Yep.
Who didn't retire early.
Jeez.
Was our kicker.
Yeah, what happened to our kickers never really retired. We kept playing. So I see Detroit's calling almost the same plays on the run game. Tampa Bay is reading the run play pretty well. This is a time where I think that Detroit needs to use their tight ends as a kind of I wouldn't say escape goal, but kind of keeping those linebackers from the defensive backfield of Detroit. And I off flat, St. Brown hits his spot, 3rd and about 2, 3rd and 3. Again, with a field goal range. This would have been a big deal in 10, 15 years ago, and we'll be thinking about getting a field goal. But let's be real. Let's get a first down. Let's get going. Let's have Tesla try to catch the ball with 2 hands, not one. Does not need to be a real highlight every week. I think it looks like they're probably going to give the ball to Gibbs to me. Oh, well, we got to push him first down, Jared Goff. That's what happens.
Got the sneak in there.
Yeah. I mean, you got to do that sometimes, Hey, can you respond to anything on your end? Because I made you a co-host.
I don't see that I have a place to write a comment.
Oh, you don't? Shoot. See, that's why I was hoping to make you. Maybe I have to make you the administrative guy too, so that you're able to respond. I was hoping that by making you the co-host, you could be able to respond to stuff like that.
Yeah,
and then
that's okay.
Yeah, I was hoping because it'd be easier for you to type than me, just type
right.
And try it.
Yeah.
You can keep going as you're talking. Is it 2-minute warning? What's going on here?
Now we're down under a minute now. So right after Jared Goff got that, they called timeout,
Okay.
and that's what they're working on now is using their timeouts, getting
Okay.
down the field.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. 46 seconds left. Let's go. Oh, come on. Jeez Louise. Jared Goff. That was a hell of a blitz. That was a great call. Ah, Jared Goff. Who missed that block? It wasn't it was not a missed block. It was just whose fault is this? Is this the play call fault? Is this Jared Goff's fault? Who is this? Wow. 2nd and 19, folks. This is killing me. But the expression on Griff's face, it sounds like we're like light years behind. I feel like I'm on planet Earth. You must be like in uh planet Dude. You're like light years ahead of us, right? Oh my gosh, are you serious? An interception? What just happened? Wow, this is nuts. 20 seconds left. This is not fun. Jared Goff pushed the limit and he just kind of threw the ball away. I mean, this is kind of what teams do to Jared Goff.
A minute or two ago, you said, "Geesh, Jared Goff," and right when you said that was right when the pick happened.
Oh,
It was just, I was like, "Oh man."
man, he didn't even throw the ball to the right guy.
Yeah, that one was just really far off. I'm not sure what he was thinking there.
This is Jared Goff stuff. Sometimes he looks like Jack Flaherty, Detroit Tigers. And then other times he's like Jack Flaherty throwing a no hitter or a shutout. And again, Shepard,
Probably have the same barber.
they look like each other. My gosh. I wonder if they're the same guy. We need to be going to Detroit, making sure that it's not true. We have 14 seconds left in the second quarter, folks. Tampa Bay is moving the ball downfield. I don't know what's going on here. We have a little camera looking over Mayfield, making the play call. They're not this first down. They're not going to go for anything shorter than an easy field goal.
Yeah, we got a 53-yard attempt on the way.
Oh, he ran backwards. What a putz. Go down. Tez Johnson, there's that rookie in you. Didn't understand where you were on the field, and you should have just gone down. That would have been, what, a 47 field goal if he stayed down?
Yeah.
But instead, he went 6 yards back. Watch. That's a hell of a pass by Mayfield, by the way, folks. But he goes backwards like he's helping Detroit's defense. Well, this is interesting. Under 50 yards, 9 for 13. Over 50 yards, 4 for 4, 53 yards. So the field goal guides will probably tell you he'll miss this. Analytics will tell you that he makes it. Analytic guide tells you he makes it. The football guides were wrong.
Yeah, Chase McLaughlin's one of the better kickers in the league.
So this is something that's interesting. It looks like Tampa Bay has the momentum. Detroit had the momentum with those 2 interceptions. They don't do anything with those interceptions. They are like a baseball team that basically has a lot of guys on the field, on base, and then don't score the guys in. That is something that's becoming very normal for the Tigers. And now for the Lions, you have turnovers, you don't turnovers. but you're not moving the ball downfield. I feel like Detroit's a little bit bored with themselves and they're not doing anything great. As I see people hosting stuff. Thank you for joining us. If I type faster, I would tell you thank you. So here we go. And what do you think? Oh, wait, I'm losing my microphone. I just lost my mic. Oh, there you go. God, God bless America. Let's keep the mic on. What are you thinking, Griff?
As far as the first half,
Well, let's talk about the first. Let's talk about the last 4 minutes of the second quarter. Detroit should be up 28-0, and then 14-3. For God bless the world, right?
yeah, there were a few mistakes made by both teams there. Definitely disappointing right at the end there to give up that last field goal, but yeah, to have the missed field goal right before that. We went for it on 4th and 2 from about 15 yards out or 20 yards out early in the game. Yeah, there was just a lot happening there. They're showing a real nice replay of Jamison Williams or Jahmyr Gibbs right now on the return for his long touchdown. Looked like he got moving pretty quick there. But yeah, 100 yards and a touchdown for Gibbs. He's having a great game. Amon-Ra St. Brown's having a great game.
Look, I think Detroit needs.
Overall, I think that we're looking pretty good. The defense looks fantastic out there tonight, especially considering so many guys being out.
Well, I think this is what we need to talk about. First of all, I think Detroit is way too relaxed on the offense. I think that Jamison really needs to run his routes better. This is something I would blame John Morton, the offense coordinator, is that he doesn't open up the playbook, and doesn't go to the tight ends, or run different routes for the receivers, get other people involved. Caleb Raymond is another guy that I'm not sure what happened to him. I don't know if he disappeared and went to another galaxy for a second or two, and he's evaporating back to Detroit. But this is something that I see in John Morton, that his play call is very safe, and the safest guy is who? St. Brown, am I right? But that's too safe, and then you're not doing nothing. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think at this point the issue is that we're getting beat on the edges right now by Tampa's defense, and what I think they need is those tight ends out there to help block, just to give Goff a little more time, because that's the real issue, is that Goff is just not getting any time out there. That's why the only successful plays have been those quick plays to St. Brown and to Gibbs. But that's just from my view. I'm looking at it. They're really getting great pressure. I was talking about Vita Vea up the middle, but they're getting tremendous pressure from their edges right now.
So let's do this. All right, if you were John Morton, you have two tight ends. You have to protect the ends. But what would you do to relieve that, so that what play call would you make it so that the tight ends are on the field, but you need to keep something going? But let's say St. Brown is now your option. You have to give the ball to one of those tight ends. You have to at least release one of them, and then Jared Goff will know that look, this guy's going out. This guy goes out. It's going to be Brock Wright going out. He's going to be your 2 goal guy, and go to him a couple times in a row on different play calls so that the defense of Tampa Bay needs to change things up. Then it opens up the field. Um, I think going down the middle on the run plays is too obvious now. I think that they know that for sure. So you're making that call where you get Gibbs on the outside, and you just have him run out from the outside. If it's Montgomery, Montgomery can still block, but then you have him block and then go out on the flat for 5 yards out, giving the ball. There's 8 yards right there. Isn't that what? I mean, I'm just repeating
Yeah,
what I've.
Monty had a play like that on 2 drives earlier in the game, but just like we were saying earlier with George Kittle coming back and what he was doing with blocking for the run game, I think that's a lot more of what they need to keep doing. And so we've seen that now where Gibbs just had that 78-yarder. Earlier, just the screen pass, he had a 30-yard return.
Okay. But this game,
but how do you beat the blitz when guys are coming in off the edges real fast?
Yeah.
You
So
get your tight ends to stop and do a quick block, just a quick check, and then you run screen passes, or you run like slants right across the middle, and you throw it right over top of that blitz and have the run go down from there. But those have been all the most successful plays for the Lions so far. So I think you just keep doing that. We shouldn't be talking like, oh, no, the Lions are losing this game. I mean, if the score stays the same in the second half, we'll win 28-6. So, it's still looking good. We just got to clean up a couple of small things. Obviously, the turnover there at the end was a bad one with Goff, but Goff almost never throws an interception, so I wouldn't plan on more of those coming.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just as the edge rush keeps coming in, just dump it off right above their heads and keep making your yards with that.
Yeah.
Great defensive game, the whole game though. So you can't put that last 3 points you can't put on the defense. That's just because of the turnover.
Yeah, exactly. So, who gets the ball in the first possession? Tampa? I don't know who does.
I don't remember who had the first possession.
No, I think Detroit did. Remember how you say, "Oh, Detroit's got the ball," and then we're like, "Oh yeah." So
we went down and we got the score in the first.
Yeah, let's keep the momentum going. Griff, if anything that you see that's obvious, will you open up to Laporta in the first drive down the field? Do you take your chance and let one guy come in from Tampa and then release Laporta or Wright in the first drive for Detroit? Would you start doing that so you release the pressure from St. Brown and maybe Williams? I mean, we kind of need that third.
I don't think that it changes the pressure.
No.
By going to the tight end.
I mean, it would release the pressure for St. Brown to be the big guy, and it released the pressure for Detroit to have a fantastic running game. Is that?
Yeah, I think the run game. I think Gibbs and Montgomery are still the answer to this one. And then what we saw last year in the playoffs with Washington was that when Goff gets pressured the way he's getting pressured tonight, that's when he makes mistakes.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of that interception that we saw there before the half.
Mhm.
I think that's the game plan for Todd Bowles. And I think they're executing well, but that's how you beat that, though, is you do those screen passes. So I think that keeping Gibbs on those, I think you just keep making him the star of your game.
Mhm.
And this is one of those games that Laporta just doesn't do a lot of production.
No.
You just keep using him as more of a blocker.
Mhm.
All those guys that come from Iowa love to block, so let them keep after it. It's not flashy or pretty for fantasy points, but for the actual NFL game, it works well, and it's been working for Detroit all night. So that's kind of the way we've seen them beat the pressure so far all night.
How about you, my buddy Jameson Williams? Cross routes, or do you let him loose?
Yeah,
Or
I think if we can get Jamison Williams involved in some screen passes, I think that would be awesome as well.
okay, here's something I would maybe consider. How about we run St. Brown and maybe Caleb Raymond flat out, straight out, and then have Jameson Williams uh, run the cross routes a couple of times just to get him kind of warmed up a little bit. I don't know if that'd be safe bet to call because you're going to still have to get a couple first downs and a couple running plays that will work. That won't work if you're not gaining any yards on the ground, and then you still just send Jameson. It'll be no different than sending Jameson with St. Brown doing those cross routes. I mean, that's obvious. Is
Yeah,
that, yeah. So establish the running game again, or would you keep at the running game coming out in the second half, or would you uh, 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 release the hounds and let them run?
yeah. I mean, minus the few mistakes that the Lions made on their end on the offensive side.
Yeah,
The offense has moved the ball very well. They've done everything they need to do offensively, except for score on those two drives.
yeah.
But yeah, I would just keep doing more of the same until the Buccaneers change their game plan.
And then with Detroit's defense, anything different? Or would you just keep the same, make them make the difference? I mean, it's
Yeah,
going to,
well, and I think Todd Bowles is going to keep applying that same pressure.
yeah,
And how you beat that pressure is those screen passes and running the ball.
yeah,
So keep doing that. And eventually, I mean, we just had a 78-yard run. I
yeah.
mean, eventually you're going to have to slow down. You're going to have to contain something. And whenever you do that, that'll be when we can open up for the passes to Laporta and open things up for the other guys.
Okay. So Detroit's starting the second half. Detroit is going to kick the ball, and my eye vision's so bad
A little
that
bit of fun there.
I might have to put my glasses back on. What I would do to have my vision back? So Mike Evans not playing anymore. I don't think. Let's listen to what Mr. Campbell says. Wait, I do need my glasses back on because I'm missing the stat. What does that stat say? "19 straight wins with a lead." Let's make it 20. Am I right?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
One pride.
Let's go. Now that one pride reminds me of like high school football thing,
High
doesn't
school
it?
football?
Yeah, like one pride, one team, one. That's so high
All
school
right.
to me.
I mean, if you go to the game, it's a little different too, right? I mean, they've got a song for when you get the touchdown and all that. I mean, it's.
From 1952.
I think it's all still there. You're just not in Detroit. You're just a little ways away from Detroit, so you don't get to see it all. But
No, you're right. But
I mean, that's why all the colleges and high schools do it, though.
that's right.
But
All right, here we go.
gotta love a good fight song.
from 1952. Oh my lord! What a who is that? Number 2. Who is that?
That's Emeka Egbuka. He's the rookie that's really dominating the league this year.
Wow, he just did it. They just moved the ball downfield. That's actually good coverage. I mean, you can't go wrong with that coverage. Who like he was on that coverage on a Buka. Is that Robinson again?
Yeah, Robertson's on him now.
So that was actually good. I would tell you that was good coverage. There's nothing that you could do much about that. 3 targets, 2 receptions, 22 yards.
Oh man. Sorry, yeah, the next play you're about to catch up on, but they just went back for the same thing again though with Egbuka.
Oh man, okay. Yeah. So hometown Washington, 19th over pick from Ohio State. Oh yeah, I remember this kid. 4th most reception yards, 3rd most reception yard touchdowns. Yeah, this kid kind of killed Michigan, but he did. I don't think he beat us when he was there.
No. Man, what is it though with Ohio State, man? They are wide receiver U.
Oh, is there a
They got
flag?
two more this year that are going to be first round picks.
Well, you know what? Ohio State, they know how to pay their players. They know how to cheat. They blame Michigan for cheating. Just
But
because
the wide receiver position in particular though.
well, you
And,
know what it is? They just have a good coaching staff. They just really do.
yeah.
As much as I want to tell you about how much I don't like Michigan, Ohio State, you know, they keep the guys. I mean, they have better. I think sometimes they have a better team, offensive team than Michigan. But you know, they won the national championship last year, so favorite. So there's a first down. Sterling Shepard, 4 targets, 4 receptions, 19 yards, 4-point average. Uh, looks like Griff is holding his breath for some reason, another, and I don't want to know why or.
Man, how many plays behind are you?
There's just a is there a fumble? Detroit has the ball. That's Barnes. Speaking of
it looks like a fumble recovered by Detroit to me. They did not review it. They said that he was down, and Tampa ran another play. But there was a flag. I thought for sure it would be challenged or overturned, but it looks like they're still playing on, and Tampa Bay still has the ball. So
they didn't even stop and try to look for that ball. That was nuts.
yeah. I thought on the replay it looked like the Rashad White was still up. His knees were not on the ground.
No, he was.
And the ball was out.
Yeah.
What could have happened, and I might have missed this just because we're chatting over the game, it could be that the ref blew the whistle just saying that the play was already dead before the ball came out.
Yeah, the momentum of the guy didn't move, so.
Yeah. And in that case, it is not a reviewable play. So
no. There's a little keep your hands up. The ball is being blocked down. I think that's Barnes again coming in. Oh yeah. That's Detroit, man. This is something that I've been wanting defenses to do more. I just never understood that if you can't get to the quarterback, you got to get those hands up. All those hands.
That's Derek Barnes on that one, right? We mentioned Barnes and Anzalone and Campbell. Those linebackers have been doing such a great job all season.
Stop them. Okay, it's going to be 4th and 1. No, I'm going to say 4th and 2. They're going to go for it, which I think this is kind of idiotic for Tampa, because So because Detroit hasn't been doing much with the football. I mean, they have the momentum. If they don't make this fourth down, you're just giving the momentum back to Detroit. So to me, this is just kind of like traditional football call, go for the field goal. And forget what I just said. He just made a first down. So clearly, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, folks. This is what I'm doing a broadcast show live
It,
on YouTube. Brought
it
to you by.
was, but like you were saying, I mean, Tampa kind of had the momentum going their way. They were on Detroit's side of the field.
Yeah.
If you don't make it, then Detroit takes over the 35. But your defense has really been outplaying Detroit the last couple of drives, including right before halftime. So,
Yeah.
um,
And to be honest with you, this is actually playing into Tampa Bay's platform. And I'm not saying that.
great play by Tez Johnson there.
Yeah.
Um,
So this is something I would say, like, this is really playing into Tampa momentum. They're not scoring a lot of points like they did last week. It's not a run and shoot. It's not a run down 45-42 game. But this is really taking Detroit's fan base in Detroit out. It's keeping the field kind of quiet, even though it's loud, but they're not really they're into it, but it's not as loud as it could be. They're wearing Detroit's defense. And again, I mean, wow, look at that hop over from touchdown Tez. See, I just like this is something you should be scared of you in Detroit.
woo.
Yeah, this is something that you should be scared.
Yeah, you don't want them to come back here. We just stopped the 2-point conversion here,
Yeah, okay, that's good.
which is important. Yeah, you don't want to let it come back down to the field goal. But yeah, offensively, again, I think we got to keep going back to what we've been doing. But
Yeah,
that's the first time on defense though that we've really had trouble like that. So I know Tampa Bay's really feeling it right now because they want to play well for Mike Evans while he's out. So,
well, okay. Here's the question for you. It is a great play by. I don't know who that is. Who is that? Number 38. What Weinstein. So here's the thing. The 2-point conversion, 14-11 would have been, but it's not.
right.
It's still 14-9.
Right.
If you went for the extra point, it's 14-10.
Right.
So why wouldn't you just go for the extra point?
Well, then it just makes it a field goal difference.
Yeah.
So 3 points would tie it, 4 points would not. You would still be behind.
Well, yeah.
So you can't just. So if you make the extra point there, you wouldn't be able to just kick a field goal to get down there. You want to try and even out the score with the team. That's what the analytics that they talk about nowadays show. But having the momentum on your side again, having that last play by Tez Johnson pumps up the team.
Yeah,
that's your best moment to go for 2 as well. But but great job by the defense there to step up on the conversion attempt.
All right, let's hope Detroit makes. Detroit needs points here, folks. That's not 3 and done. Let's not do that. All right. As I'm watching, we got the Red Wings 3-1. I don't know. Is this baseball game on? We might as well go splash around a little bit to MLB and see what's going on. What's that? Mariners are up 2-1 in the top of the third. The game of the week next week. What are you looking for? as we're in commercial.
Give me just one moment. I'm actually watching the kick return now.
Okay.
Okay. Good return, not a touchdown or anything, but always got to stop and watch for those. But your question, I apologize, was for next week's games?
Yeah. I mean,
for who to see? Next week the Lions are on bye week, right?
Yeah,
so
they are.
Lots of other games to watch. Big time games might be the Minnesota and LA Chargers game on Thursday night.
Yep. Prime. Yep. It's
So we'll see. The Chargers have had some issues with their offensive line this year. Excuse me, I'm kind of pausing between words here because I'm kind of burping and I'm trying not to make any noise with it. But the Chargers have had some issues with their offensive line the last few weeks. Justin Herbert's doing everything that he can, but they also have Najee Harris and Amarian Hampton, their top two running backs, out. So it has been making the game a little bit harder, and they don't have the balance without those guys out there.
Yeah.
But still very competitive team, still good defense. Minnesota just lost this last week as well. So I'm curious to see both teams. I think they're both going to want to rebound and have strong games. But I'm real curious to see how that game plays out.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that I'm kind of looking forward to is, the Sunday night game between Green Bay and Pittsburgh, having Aaron Rodgers coming back, playing against his old team in Green Bay.
I'm putting $100 at who wins that game.
That who does? That Rodgers wins?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
You need to get a first down, man. I'm at third down. It was Laporta. First down, got the ball. Come on.
Yeah, keep watching though. They're doing just what you said though. They're going for their tight ends now.
They need to. I mean, this is something like if I was a defense coordinator for any team against Detroit, I would tell them all, and I would tell them this: they're going to go to their tight ends in the second half. And you know how you fix that problem? By going to them the first half and changing things up, so you open the field up a little bit. There he is again, folks. Look at that. A first down.
Yeah, and Brock Wright this time.
I mean,
getting both tight ends involved.
I think, you know what I think? I think the Ford family, and I think the GM for Detroit's listening to my pocket. This guy must be listening. I think this guy, Brad Holmes, I think he's listening and spilling out to Dan Campbell. I may not be able to.
You gotta listen to this crazy Dre guy.
I do. I'm telling you, I may not be able to do this again. I might be on the sideline.
Well, this is what we said earlier, right? Is run the ball and the tight ends make a little more of an impact in the second half of the game.
And this is what you do now. This is what you do. You got first down. You throw the ball down to Jameson and let the kid just run. Like you need to get the first step, make a little cut to the outside and make it back inside. But this is going to be like 15, 20 yards down. You make the cut back inside. No, they're not going to do it. Well, it's going to go to. I thought for a second that was going to go to St. Brown. And it looks like someone's on the ground for Detroit. Is that Decker? Let's hope not.
He got right back up. Yeah, there's nobody went down.
Okay. I'm just making sure that didn't happen. Okay. So total offense, Jamison Gibbs, 130, Buccaneers 30. Receptions, 54, 97 Buccaneers. Total yards, 184 to 130. Jamon Gibbs is basically Detroit Lions. I'm kind of wondering why Montgomery's not out there a little bit.
Yeah, well, and on this one, Montgomery has not played as well, and it's not just that he's not playing as much. They're still switching every other drive,
Didn't
but
I just call this? You throw the ball to outside to Gibbs during halftime. Someone's listening to my podcast.
yeah,
I feel I feel violated and not appreciated and not paid.
we
Someone
we gotta
needs
get we
to,
gotta get paid more for what we do out here, huh?
I think they need to call my number and ship me out to Detroit. You might have to come out with me. I'm gonna take you with me. I'm gonna take you with me. Forget about your job in Denver. Who wants to live in Denver anyways? Look at this. Touchdown, Detroit. My goodness. Just like that. It just seems like they need to feel the pressure.
Yeah,
It's,
I mean that's what I was saying at halftime too. Was sometimes if if the only guy that they can't defend is Gibbs, then you just need to make Gibbs your superstar. You don't have to pass it around to everyone else. Just if they can't defend that guy, keep feeding him the rock until they find a way to stop him, and then go back to Williams, then go back to Laporta. But
yeah, they just that play call,
that play right there, where it's the short pass, and you saw on the long run right before the touchdown run, there was a defender that got right past the edge of the offensive line,
mhm.
and immediately Goff had to dump just a short pass to Gibbs, and boom, that's the run. But yeah, a play like that where Jameson Williams is set up in that same spot, like he can do the same thing. Um, that would work just as effectively. But that short pass to the right, that's been working all night long for the Lions.
Sounds like a Lionel Richie song. Lionel Richie.
All night long. I can't
Oh,
I can't get that high.
man, I tell you, someone ruined Griff's vocals. I think
Shout out Lionel Richie.
gee,
I'm a little more of a baritone. I can't do the high notes.
hey man, you need to go Barry White. Just go Barry White. We'll call it good. Just go Barry White. Women like Barry White more anyways, I heard. So let's do that.
Gotta love Barry.
Yeah. So look, folks. I made the play call. I told them what they should do, and they did it. I mean, I told them exactly what to do. I feel like I need to get paid. I need to go call the Ford family and like, look, either give me a job at one of your manufacturing companies, or I'll sit right next to the young lady who's running the show for Detroit, the granddaughter of not Henry Ford.
Sheila Firestone Ford.
Yeah, and she needs. I'll take a seat right next to her. Like, okay, this is what you do. Don't panic.
That's Chris Spielman's seat, by the way.
Oh, that's Chris Spielman's seat.
Yeah.
Man, Chris gonna be best buds. I'm gonna talk to him.
I forget what the exact title is that he has, but he's like special executive assistant to the owner or something. But he's a consultant. He works kind of as like a second GM for the team. But he got there at the same time as Brad Holmes, and those two guys together. Chris Spielman, all of his great years with the Lions in the end of the '80s, early '90s. There, I mean, he was great for us.
He was a beast. He was basically, I would almost, as of right now, he's basically Jack Campbell of Detroit Lions right now. Just better, just a lot better. He like Chris Spielman had.
Spielman was the man. Yeah,
he had like 7-8 years straight.
I can't think of another linebacker
for Detroit
between now and then that we had that played at that level.
No.
I mean, like Stephen Tulloch for a few years there was good, but
yeah, that's something I would tell you. When we get special guys, Barry, Billy, Spielman, our dynasty players, kickers, emphasize dynasty players. That's the first guys you pick up on Detroit, the kickers. Not no more. Those are the last guys you pick up. Isn't that sad? Think about it. 20 years ago, fantasy football, you wouldn't pick up anybody in Detroit besides who? The kicker. You could always rely on the kicker to be your fantasy points for Detroit.
Yeah, 20 years ago, that would have been like rookie year for Roy Williams.
Jeez. Yeah.
So,
remember that guy?
I mean, even as a rookie, I wouldn't have drafted him very high.
No.
Jason Anson would have been the first one off the board. Joey Harrington, I don't think wouldn't have been the guy. Who do we have back then? Kevin Jones would have been the running back.
Yeah.
Just
there's just nothing there. So all right, we're going. They're
Tampa's driving up the field now. Let's see what the Lions defense can do to slow them down. Seems like Tampa's momentum has been building. So,
well, I mean, look,
try to get a quick drive.
Been here before, so this is not brand new to him. So this isn't like that was actually all right. I'm a couple of plays behind you, but giving the ball back to White in the running play, 2nd down and 8 was actually a good call. Based on what I saw, it looked like Detroit thought they were going to throw the ball, and it's because Tampa Bay kind of spread the offense out a little bit. I did see that, so that was actually a good call from Tampa Bay. 2 for 6 on 3rd downs today. They're showing Hutchinson's face. I'm at 3rd and 3. Spiel, Baker Mayfield runs to the right to give himself time. Incomplete pass to Agbuka. You can't say much more than that. That was a great defensive for Detroit. You have one guy on top, one guy on the bottom.
Yeah, they even had another safety even deeper out.
Yeah. So so this is something that because they don't have Mike Evans, they're going to put everyone on that kid and make him beat you or beat Detroit.
Right. Well, they're going to make Tez Johnson try and make it happen, right?
That too. And that's something that because I'm not reading the defense all the way because I don't have the camera view, nor do I'm on the field. We do have a concern on Jan saying looks like he's got cramps by the way he's walking or pulled a hamstring or something going on. There is a flag on the field. It looks like Dan Campbell's not too pleased by it or just kind of annoyed. He needs to know why.
Sometimes I can't tell if Dan Campbell's upset or if he's happy or –
he looks like a WrestleMania guy, and then all you have to do is turn the sound off, and you're like, oh, yeah, he's pumped.
Yeah.
He just looks like that. He looks like a WWE character. So that is on Tampa. Now, they asked Detroit if they wanted for them to re-kick it or leave it where it's at. I think Dan Campbell just said, leave it where it's at. It's not going to make or break you.
Yeah, let's just keep playing.
Yeah, there's no reason to give him an extra chance to kick the ball, have us do something dumb with fumble. We're ahead, so let's keep it at that. All right, same kind of stuff. Tight ends, open it to Jameson or even Khalif Raymond. I mean, to think about it, it's only St. Brown, Jameson, Williams. That's only on 2 big receivers. And then we don't really have a third receiver besides maybe you could say Isaac Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla. Yeah.
He's still way too young to be the third guy yet, right?
Well, he's our third receiver. But what we have is we have Laporta and Gibbs that are both really good pass catchers.
Yeah.
So they're actually the third and fourth guy.
Yeah. So let's say, do you think that Detroit should just keep the ball on the ground? Is it about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes going into the end of the third quarter? Keep the ball on the ground and keep it aggressive and keep the ball moving.
Yeah, I mean,
Aggressive.
same thing that we saw in the first half. We saw it just happened right there in the third quarter. That they're overly aggressive, Tampa Bay's defense, and that overly aggressive defense is getting beat by that short pass. So
Yeah.
keep running the ball, and then just keep running those short passes, and until they change their defense.
Mm-hmm.
And when they change their defense, bam, hit Laporta, hit St. Brown.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Good idea. So, little baseball. Have you heard the story that says that if the Dodgers win the World Series, that all the minor big teams and low budgets are going to go on strike in 2027? Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I heard about this too.
How much of that do you think is true? Well, we're going back to the game. We'll go back to that.
Do you not want to play baseball? I mean, that's what it breaks down to.
Yeah. So Jared Goff almost gets sacked. He gets away and throws the ball away. Probably his third best play of the game, I would say. Especially,
and the big difference on that one you saw was that the pressure came from the middle rather than from the edges.
Yeah.
Whereas before, when they were coming from the edges, he couldn't get out of the pocket to throw it away.
Yep.
And so in this case, coming from the middle there, he was able to get out to the outside there on the left, which is just what he needed.
Yeah. So Yun saying the broadcaster were talking about the tightness in the hamstring of Rocky Yun saying. So, tell you, those injuries keep building up. I mean, next thing we're gonna have to do is ask Griff to play linebacker if one of those guys go out. And he's got 2 broken legs.
We're not in a spot to play right now.
No. But all right, Detroit. I'd see 3rd down and 8. Shotgun, Jared Goff. Detroit's got spread in the offense. That's a 1st down. That looks like Laporta.
Laporta had a nice catch there. Yep.
I mean, that's something that's a relief. When your tight end does that, it gives your rest of the receivers in the running core some rest, mental rest. It gives them just that insurance, say, I don't have to do everything. That's why tight ends are very important.
And like what you're seeing on this drive, and you're going to continue to see it as you continue to watch here, but the pressure hasn't been as strong coming from those edges.
No.
So he's able to open the ball up to more receivers now, and get those tight ends involved.
Do you think Tampa Bay is changing their game plan a little bit because there's no edges coming out? Or do you think Detroit catching on?
It could be. They also could be getting tired, but
okay.
It's also just a few plays, so we'll see if they go back to it. But on this drive, this is the first drive that I've seen where they really haven't been blitzing hard. So
okay, so it looks like another 3rd down and short. The ball to the flat to Laporta. Laporta gets hit running out of bounds. Maybe a little knee ding up a little bit. He did have low knee problems last year, so let's not go to conclusions. We're talking about Zion and McCollum. Missed last 4 weeks. 5th round draft pick 2022 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Probably a little standout guy. A lot of good open field tackles. And Montgomery does not. Is it Montgomery or Gibbs? Yeah, it looks like.
Montgomery just had a short run.
Yeah, he didn't look like he gained anything. So the end of the third quarter, Tampa Bay scores. Then Detroit Lions scored. Detroit made them look a lot easier than Tampa did. But Ted Johnson leaped over the player with a 22-yard touchdown pass, and Gibbs for Detroit touchdown run. I think that was over like 28 yards, right? Something like that.
Yeah, on that touchdown.
Yeah. So so of all the guys, who's the team to beat for Detroit as of right now? Minnesota, or is it still the Green Bay Packers?
I think it's Green Bay. I know we kind of said it with Micah Parsons coming over that kind of made the difference, but they've had some issues with their interior offensive line for a few weeks, which is what the issue was with Minnesota at the end of last year. They had interior offensive line issues. So we saw Minnesota slow down at the end of last year. That's kind of what we saw here for a couple of weeks with Green Bay. But I think that you're going to see, these guys are coming back now, and Green Bay is going to start looking really, really good again. We'll just see how games play out. I'm very curious to see this game against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, I feel like their roster is so good. Sometimes they just let things happen. They've got Darius Slay now in their secondary, and I'm starting to question whether he might just be getting a little too old. He's just not quite fast enough to make those big plays that he was known for with all those years with Detroit and with Philadelphia. But that's what they did. They got a couple of old cornerbacks, and they've played well up till this point. But it does seem like this year they're just a little bit older.
Well, hell, Pittsburgh. They got Aaron Rodgers, man. Hell, if you could play football, they'd probably call you up right now and say, "Hey, you want to play linebacker for us?"
Another aging superstar, yeah. And Aaron Rodgers, last week he had 4 touchdowns, so he's had a little bit of a back and forth season himself as far as his own statistical stuff. But the running game looks good. Jaylen Warren looks good as long as he's healthy. He had the one game that he missed, and Kenneth Gainwell looked phenomenal.
Wow, like Detroit
you're watching the first down run right now.
Detroit just got lucky.
Gibbs got it right there at the end.
Tampa Bay called the defense, and instead of that being to it goes to Williams. St. Brown. No, actually, it was Gibbs.
It was Gibbs
so
running.
This was the same play that they did a couple of weeks ago, I think. Oh wow, I thought that was Williams for a second. Like, why would you? That was risky. Little fake to Montgomery, I think, and then Gibbs, and then
and Montgomery's back out on the field again.
Yeah, who's number 11? Is that Raymond? Is that Keeley Raymond? It looks like it. That was not
11.
Who was it?
Yeah, number 11.
Yeah. See, and now this is something that's kind of interesting. Why is Gibbs on the sideline? Sometimes, like what you said before, if they can't stop you, why would you go away from it?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's because of the style that they're playing, and until they show something different, just keep running the same thing.
And Montgomery is not running as hard. It looks like he's trying to find the space and try and let the play develop instead of just going 27 straight wins when leading and start of the fourth quarter. Longest active streak Never thought,
the fourth quarter stat.
never thought I would ever see that in my lifetime. Seriously. Blitz. Well,
Yeah, we've seen Montgomery keeps running the ball up the middle though, like how he normally would.
yeah.
But that's the issue again is Vita Vea's in there and he's catching Montgomery.
Yeah.
Gibbs
Yeah.
is working more to the sides and he's getting away.
Well, I think this last play for Detroit was a third down and 8. They just didn't. Jared Goff just couldn't get the ball out to, I think it was Sam Brown.
Yeah.
Here's a little pooch kick on the 10th yard line. I still can't believe that Tesla is from Hudsonville, Michigan. So strange.
Yeah.
That's so strange for me. I never thought I would ever know somebody from Hudsonville, Holland, Michigan. I mean, Kirk Cousins, he doesn't count. He stinks.
That's south side of Grand Rapids is where I grew up. So
Look, folks, Kirk Cousins. I've never seen a guy go from being awesome quarterback into an absolute big zero. He went from like Mr. Awesome to nothing. They really didn't like him in Atlanta. They just took his job and like, you know what? Forget about it. We're going to go with Penix.
oh, well, he was injured though.
Well, yeah, but
He tore his Achilles tendon.
that was not the
And,
first.
and
Why?
he's aging out.
Well, yeah, but he didn't. But he didn't really get hurt first. They just kind of pushed him out. Then he got hurt, isn't it? I don't know. Tell you what, he made a lot of money being a mediocre quarterback. To be honest with you,
He was an above average quarterback.
just above average. And I shouldn't say that because I'm not a quarterback and I can't play football. So.
You know, his biggest issue is his primetime statistics are really bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
Outside of primetime, though, I mean, he had a lot of games where he was elite. But the combination of everything together made him above average. But he was never in the middle. He was always high end. He was close to, the 10th ranked quarterback every year.
He was as good as Eli Manning. I would almost consider him better than Eli Manning at times.
There are people that would consider Eli Manning a top 10 quarterback all time in the NFL.
Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing.
You forget about all the great things that Eli did, but he made some mistakes.
Did he really? Okay, to be honest, was he really that good of a quarterback based on real numbers?
If you statistically, I think statistically he is the 10th best quarterback to have ever played.
Wow.
Now, I mean, you're looking at, like Dan Marino and John Elway and those guys for their time period.
Oh, wow.
They might have played better, but, they were only throwing the ball 4,000 yards. Eli was throwing it 5,000 yards.
Oh, yeah, right.
So, I mean, it's a little bit different based on the era.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just look straight up completely at statistics, he has 2 Super Bowl wins, and both of them against Tom Brady, who everyone considers to be the greatest, right?
Yeah. Let's go back to the Detroit Lions game. Did you see the play with Adam catching the ball? Why would they just leave him alone? Why would they not have man-to-man cover? That was a bit odd.
Yeah, no, that looks like a mistake.
Yeah, they just let him fly out. Baker Mayfield. There's one thing about Baker Mayfield that I've noticed about him sometimes. He sometimes is just like Matthew Stafford. When he throws the ball and he wants to get there hot and heavy, it oversells the receiver's hands. And a lot of people don't realize that's why Kelvin Johnson had to jump for the ball. too hot, coming in too hot. So I compare Baker Mayfield a lot to Matthew Stafford. So shotgun, second down, 10. Detroit brings the blitz. Abuka catches the ball. Detroit kind of reads it. Short play, third down and 4. Manage field position for Tampa. If you know how to read lips, this is a good time to steal plays from Tampa. As they're showing him show the whole play.
Right.
You see that? That was not fun. If you're a Tampa Bay fan, and you just figure out what I just did for you. So, 3rd and 4, 11 minutes and a half to go. We have a free play for Tampa because it looked like that was a neutral zone infraction or offsides, usually because they let the play run. Nope. Illegal shift on the offense. So it looks like that play was dead, actually. Well, wait a second. How is it? Is that really possible? Can you actually do that? Isn't that not a dead play?
Ooh.
That was a deflection, actually, from Detroit. So that was good. We got 4th and 4.
Yeah, it's Tampa Bay is going to go for it on 4th down here.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, too.
The
coming in. Wow, that's not a catch. That's a fumble. Oh, they call it a catch, but they call it a fumble. I don't know what they did.
Hang on, John Hussey's going to give you a good explanation in a second here.
The ball can't cause a fumble.
No. As long as he's down.
The ball, okay, his knee is down, and
his knee goes first, and then.
Yeah, he's already down. His knee's down. The ball can't cause a fumble. But what it is what we have to look at.
But he's not down where the ball hits the ground. He's down where his knee hits and where the ball is at that time. So did he have the ball stretched that far when his knee hit?
Yeah. That kind of. Hey, speaking of that play, wasn't that Denver game? And
Dan Campbell is challenging that play. But
who's challenged that play?
Dan Campbell is challenging the first down.
That's a good challenge. This is the first time I've ever seen Dan Campbell calm. Wait a second. They're reviewing the play, right?
They're going to, he just threw the challenge flag.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
It looks like it's a little short.
Yeah.
It should be right on the hash mark. It looks like the ball's just a little behind the hash mark.
That lady says, I love Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Be respectful to your husband, lady.
I was gonna say he's got a wife too. So.
Yeah.
Guys. It's okay to love him though otherwise.
Yeah. I tell you the truth. Okay, so it's where his knee's down, and now where the ball is there. You know what? That looks like it could be short, and that could be also the old 1990s referees. That could be a first down. That would be like a first down for Dallas Cowboys in 1994. Yeah. That's what that looks. I'm just telling you the truth.
When we get back from the commercial break, we'll hear if they say it stands or if it's getting reversed. But they might say that it's not clear enough to be able to tell. But just because his hands are so high in the air rather than being closer to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But it did look like he might have been just a little bit short, and it was fourth down. So that would be a turnover on downs if he was short.
That'd be huge. That'd be huge. And the Red Wings win 4-2. All my Detroit Red Wing fans out there.
Hey.
Detroit's on a 6-game winning streak.
They're cruising right now, aren't they?
Well, they got killed in the first game of the year, 5-1. The guy, John Gibson, they traded from Ducks. He did like a I can't swear on this, so he did like a poop show. We pulled him out, and then the Cameron Tailboat, he just showed up and just decided to take over. I mean, there was one game against Toronto Maple Leafs that they had 40 shots on goal. He saved 38 of them, and Detroit only had 15 shots on goal. And I watched that game. That was one of those games that Toronto Maple Leafs should have won that game just because of shots on goals.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Do you watch much hockey? Do you care? You look like a hockey.
Oh, yeah.
You look like a hockey guy. You look good.
And hockey's huge out here, too. So,
Avalanche.
If you'll remember the 90s rivalry.
Yeah.
I talk to everyone about that. That's when I say I'm from Michigan, they say, "You're a Red Wings fan?" That's
yeah. It's not quite the way it used to be. It looks like it's short.
Yeah.
No, they just taught.
Yeah, he was short. That is a good challenge by Dan Campbell.
Yep. I've never seen Dan Campbell so calm in my whole life, by the way. I tell you. They love Detroit. These guys. You know what? I swear, you can't tell me I'm not right. This was 15 years ago. That would have been a first down because Detroit would have been such a bad team. Am I right?
Well, yeah, but 15 years ago, Detroit wouldn't have stopped him. He would have. It would have been a missed tackle. He would have already been down for the end zone.
Oh man, you're cold. You're killing me.
We wouldn't have been up 21-9.
Jeez, man. Look at this. Backwards. The score would be backwards. Man, Jane, you heard it here first, folks. The guy that lives in Colorado is shooting you guys in the foot. I think he's not a fan no more.
Hey, I was there. I was there in 2010, 15 years ago. Matthew Stafford was in his second year playing? Nope, that wasn't there yet.
Wait a second. When did we go 0-16? That's before Stafford.
2008.
Yeah, that was 2 years before Stafford.
The year before. We went 0-16, so we had the first round pick afterward. The first pick, we took Matthew Stafford in 2009.
Yeah. God.
But that year, the 0-16 season, that was Calvin Johnson's rookie year. So Calvin was there.
Jeez.
And we couldn't get a win. Dan Orlovsky was our quarterback. You know who our tight end was?
Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell.
Jeez. You know what I'm surprised? I'm surprised we haven't hired Orlovsky as a coordinator. What would you do? I know how much love you want to give that guy, Dan Orlovsky.
I don't know what I would do. It would be really hard for me to follow this year.
If you listen to him, he's not wrong all the time on those NFL.
It sounds like he's just wrong all the time.
People really like him. They really think he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. They didn't grow up as Lions fans.
I can't imagine running out of the end zone, still throwing the football.
I've heard the other commentators talk about that. where Arlovsky is talking and he'll make a point that's obviously egregious. And Stephen A. Smith will just be like, you ran out the back of the end zone. Like, completely unrelated to the topic, but it's like, everything you say, it's invalid.
Because he did that. You're right.
But, I mean, that was one game, right?
Yeah.
Like, Mark Sanchez, I can move on from the butt fumble.
Really?
He had other things. They still went 13-3. They went to the AFC Championship 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark Sanchez had other things. Yeah. If the team went 2-14, they would have had other things.
Oh, yeah.
If they went 1-15, they would have had other things. He couldn't pull one win off. Not one win.
I know. Speaking of Mark Sanchez, how bad?
Sorry to bring up. Shout out Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, I mean, now we have to talk about Mr. Sanchez. I mean, I would call that a blackout moment for him. I bet he doesn't even remember doing none of that. You know, I'll tell you what, when your life is running pretty crappy, stuff like that will happen. And then I hope that he gets the help that he needs. Like I don't think he'll go to prison. He's too wealthy to go to prison. He'll pay his fines. He'll pay that civil court arbitration to the truck driver guy. But I mean, alcohol is a hell of a drug, and it's the only thing that's legal that you can just drink and black out. So hopefully he gets the right help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's I didn't know how to. I didn't feel comfortable making fun of the guy because we all been there, drunk, said things that we didn't want to do, or get into fights that should have never happened. All right, Detroit Lions football. Let's forget about Orlovsky and Sanchez, folks. Jared Goff is running out of the pocket, almost gets sacked. You can count that as a sack if it's a half yard off the scrimmage line. A little concerning the way he falls down sometimes about his knees. He's a tall guy. 0 for 19, third down and 10. This is a stat that needs to change when you get into the playoffs. Am I right?
Yeah. You got to do better with that.
What is happening here? Who did he throw the ball to? Why is Williams always feel like he's running the wrong route? I feel like he's got a different playbook. Am I right? Whew. They got Gibbs in the backfield. Try and protect the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with Williams, right? I mean, we've talked about how Williams needs to get the ball more often, but it's just he's just not there.
You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. Is that he's not running the right route. As we see a field goal being oh my gosh.
It is good. It is good.
Wow.
You're gonna see a couple replays of it. Yeah, it's a good one. But from 58 yards out, that's pretty impressive. So
Is Eddie Murray in heaven right now, blowing kisses down to the kicker?
Oh my goodness! Just slightly angling the goalposts.
Yeah. That's only a Detroit Lion thing too. That only happens to our kickers. We make them. If we're gonna miss them, we're gonna miss them bad. But when we make them, it's like preaching to the choir. And what is Mayfield complaining about?
I think he's still upset about the fourth down. because they called it a first down, and then
You still talking about that? Let it go, son.
well, and it was a weird one because it was like they reviewed it and said no, it was good, and then they reviewed it again and they said no, it's not. So it was kind of a
Preaching to the choir.
it was a unique play. Yeah.
Yeah, it was preaching to the choir. So that field goal looked like it came out of Fenway home run off that pole, basically. That's what that reminds me of. Fenway, right field, 379 feet. And we got the kickoff. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Son, let's make a tackle here. All right. Dylan Larkin with 2 goals, 2 assists, and 3+3 rating. 19 minutes on the ice. Larkin is becoming our captain like he was supposed to. A couple of years ago, Detroit fans were given him a hard time about making him the captain, but well deserved. As I'm watching it, we have Campbell Soup and Shepard as a mascot for Campbell Soup. That's cute. Otto again. I mean, if you got this guy, Otto, on your fantasy football team, he's going to give you at least 8 points right now, right, folks? How many yards does this guy have? He's no touchdowns, but
Yeah, that's the guy that I was saying before the game started was, when Chris Evans when Mike Evans and Chris Godwin were both out, Cade Otton put up huge numbers as a tight end, and so having Emeka Egbuka out there, it's he's not putting up huge numbers, but since Mike Evans has been out in this game, Cade Otton has picked up a major role.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it looks like Rock Yan-Sang, which I love how his first name is Rock. I wonder if that's his real name.
Yeah, he's on the bike there.
Yeah, and there's no way his mother gave him the name Rock. I mean, maybe she did. Who do I know? I'm not his kid. I'm not his father. Second in
Different cultures.
Oh my God! Oh my goodness! It gets away and then Adam again gains about 5 yards, make it 3rd down and short, folks. It just looks like Adam just finds open spots. And Mallet has got hamstring. Looks like you guys need to keep drinking water because you get pulled hamstrings, calves tighten up. You're not drinking enough water during practice. Now you're not drinking enough water during the game. Let's keep things rolling. And I like what I see on the field for Detroit. The guys are talking to each other in between plays and trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
So that's something I like to see. No one's blaming no one. And I really don't know what happened to
Yeah, they showed him down for a while, but they didn't really show a replay of what happened. So
no. And it looks like for Tampa Bay is going out. He's taking a nap.
Yeah, and Hassan Reddick is questionable to come back in the game.
Yeah,
he is a huge piece for Tampa's defense. So
yeah. You know, I've noticed that my screen is so much brighter than anything else. It looks like I'm an angel.
You got all those lights at your place.
Dude, it creeps me out. Actually, I'm gonna make the screen bigger. Yeah, it makes me look. Oh my goodness, I look like Screech had a kid with Steve Roker or something. Wow. Since there's no one on the platform, we did have like 6 people, 8, 9 people on the platform.
Yeah, I saw over 30 for a little bit there.
Did we really? But was it during half?
Right at halftime.
Yeah. Maybe they like our halftime gig. They love it. Maybe we
Yeah,
should.
trying to get the algorithm going.
Well, I mean, this is something that we have to consider. Well, would Detroit have another Monday Night Football game, Sunday Night Football?
This season.
Yeah, is this one of the last ones? We got second.
Uh, yeah, I was gonna say I think they have another one, and then they have Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Wow, there's a flag on the field, but a nice Harper knocks the ball away, and that's a nice shot. Nice job, Harper. Looks like it's on hold on Tampa Bay. And this is what happens to teams like Tampa Bay on the road. A lot of these, I call them boogerish holds, um, grabbing on players like Hutchinson and trying to drag him down or not letting him go. Do you like the Detroit Lions helmets? I kind of like the helmets.
I really love the black and blue unis that they do.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, these are great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shotgun, 3 for 11, fourth down, 1 for 2 for tonight for Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 3rd and 10. Keep your hands up. Good try. Nice try. That was a bit of a soft coverage defense for Detroit. It looked like they were hoping that the backfield would get to the backfield. Tez Johnson, 7 targets, 4 receptions, 58 yards, 1 touchdown. All the time in the world. They throw it to White, the running back, gains about 4 yards. They're showing the replay on
Oh,
Tez Johnson.
you're about to see a fumble.
And we have a fumble. Wow, that's crazy. Jeez Louise. We literally look like,
Looks like Tampa got back on top of it though.
yeah, but we literally look like a bunch of animals from Africa hunting our prey. This is probably our best defensive play for Detroit. I mean, game for Detroit. Do you agree?
Our best game?
Yeah, for defense.
Yeah. Defense has been phenomenal, considering how powerful the Bucks offense has been.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna respond. Thank you for.
Oh, got some love for the uniforms
Yeah, we did.
out there. Yeah, it's a real neat look. That metallic blue helmet I could go for just always, for whatever other jersey we're wearing, just keep that metallic blue helmet going.
Yeah, I do like it. Are we challenging in play?
Yeah, there is a challenge going right now.
But what's the challenge? As I'm typing away.
Yeah, I mean, I got to think unless you can see a clear recovery from a Lions player, it's got to be whoever comes out of the huddle with it. So
Yeah, maybe they're trying to kill the play here. I mean, maybe they're trying to kill Tampa Bay's drive. It is 24 to 9. So this is not a washed up game for Detroit, considering what we saw yesterday. That shit. Oh, so many opportunities. Yeah, you can't really tell. And now he looks like you can't tell from there. You're just not going to be able to tell from there.
yeah, they're in the comments.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
Chiefs fans. They do have an all-white uniform that's coming out, I think, in 2027 or 2028. But it'll be all white, like how the Buffalo Bills new like all-white one is, with
I
like
think
just the Chiefs symbol on it.
that's
I think everyone in the league's starting to do that, but it'll be like a couple teams per year.
don't you think that's kind of okay? Don't you think that's just a bit dumb? All white. You
I
can't tell.
mean, it could be, like in college they do the whiteout games, so it's kind of doing that, and then like the Bills had everyone wear white for that game. It kind of makes a neat effect for the entire stadium if the whole stadium does it together. But
yeah. Oh well, no, that's a Penn State thing. Speaking of that, isn't it? Is that where they started? The Penn State, like 2008.
as far as I know, that's where it started.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, there's other teams that do the whiteout games though.
Yeah. 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 I think they should. I think they should do one for Dallas Cowboys. Because you can't tell who they are when they play sometimes. They really don't.
And they're just backwards from everyone.
Yeah, and there's a deflection on Detroit.
Just wear your blue jersey at home. Come on.
Yeah. Hutchinson. I think Hutchinson complained about getting a hold.
Yeah, the Chiefs are pretty boring with just the red and white. I wonder if they could do more with that like yellowish gold color that they do.
You know what they should
I
do?
mean, more interesting to mix in, but
I think they should take the old Redskin guy and put him on their helmets just to bite Washington Commanders in the ass. That's so dumb. I really do.
And that name Chief though, that doesn't come from the Native Americans.
Oh, that doesn't?
That's actually kind of a neat history lesson here. When you go all the way back to when the Chiefs, when the team first moved from Dallas, they were the Dallas Texans, and they came to Kansas City and they became the Kansas City Chiefs. At the time that they moved, the mayor of Kansas City was H. Rowe Bartle. And H. Rowe Bartle, his nickname was the Chief.
Oh.
And so the team is actually named after him, like the Browns for Cleveland.
Oh, yeah,
named
yeah.
after Paul Brown, the owner, the mayor of the city was the Chiefs. And then they kind of adapted the arrowhead and all that. But Chief came from H. Rowe Bartle, the mayor of the city.
Oh, no way. So he was not even native either? Native Indian?
No, white attorney.
Attorney, wow.
Yeah, and there it is, yeah.
This guy knows. Wow, I didn't know that. Is this a Kansas City fan? Sounds like it. Is this one of your buddies?
He is from Kansas City. Yeah, that's my buddy.
That's your buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't figure out how now. So you need to tell us how to get Griff the opportunity to respond when typing because I can't seem to figure that out myself. Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, Caleb, you're listening out there. I don't have access to comments. I'm too stupid with technology, but you already know that.
Was he on the show last time?
Yeah.
Last year? No, not last week.
Yeah, he commented last week for us.
I think he changed his logo. Maybe I just wasn't seeing it right. Well, thanks for joining back with us again, sir. Please give Griff as much crap as you can so the show keeps going on.
Yeah, shout out, Caleb. Appreciate you having you on.
Appreciate it. 4th and 5, folks. What the? Where's the flag? Oh my gosh, we're dancing on the street. Yep. That looks like a Detroit line. This looks like a NFL call for you. This is just garbage. Where show me 5 yards, you can grab somebody. Uno, dos. He was grabbing him.
Pre-
The guy.
Appreciate you, sir.
It wasn't 17. It was the guy who was cover number 2. He was grabbing him.
Egbuka.
Yeah. Yeah, he was grabbing him. 1st and 10. Let's keep this NFL season alive, huh? But given, here we go. Shotgun mode. We got 2 different time zones we're watching this. Oh my gosh. Pushes him out. And again, nice coverage, nice play.
No. Woo.
By the way, folks, I'm like light years behind Mr. Caleb. So I'm in Mars right now, and our technology is so slow. Even though Mars has been around longer than the planet Earth, and my uncle Elon Musk is sending me there. So here we go. As I'm watching this, light years behind.
Yeah, this is Crazy Dre about 2 full plays behind where I'm at watching the game right now, just from the delay.
This is nuts how delayed this is. I'm in Michigan. The game's in Michigan. How am I like light years behind? Can someone explain to me? They must think I have like $1 billion on this game. I swear.
I tell you, I think it's because I'm going through the app rather than going through the cable. I think cable just takes longer to reach.
Watch here. Let me do this. Wow, nice play. All right.
Yeah, he's picking up on what we were just saying there.
Watching right now.
Oh man.
4th and 8. Well, these 2 guys are ahead of me. We have a WrestleMania actor out there in the fan base. Saw that? He looked like one of the he looked like Golden. What's that guy from the 90s? The 90s. Golden whatever.
Goldust?
Goldust. He looks like Goldust, right? Here we go. Wow. There we go. Detroit's ball. I mean, and to be honest and to be fair, it really looked like Baker Mayfield started to go to one side or one guy or one play. So he didn't allow the to go through different 1, 2, 3. He just went to, and he was being double coverage, by the way, Abuka.
Yeah.
So it looked like he didn't even allow he didn't go through his what do you call
progression, yeah.
Progressions. And that's something I see a lot of instinct quarterbacks do. Matthew Stafford had that same issue with Calvin Johnson, that he just went to him way too many times, and we all know the story between that in itself.
Yeah. Well, and all season long, though, Emeka Egbuka has been catching passes in double coverage in the end zone. So I don't blame Baker for going for it there. But, yeah, that last one was clearly someone standing right in front of him. So
Yeah. So, I mean, that's something that you just kind of like.
Yeah, you gotta just go another way. You gotta find someone else.
Yeah, you just – actually, you know what? I've been in Detroit Lions Stadium, and my seat was right about there at one point 2 years ago. You really don't get a good view right there from the other side of the field. So, but it's an event that you got to go at least one time during the Dan Campbell era. I really do think that they should give Brad Holmes a lifetime contract in Detroit as a GM. That would really make me happy. No, I really do.
He would have to want to sign it too. So,
Well, yeah, but I mean,
does he want to do a lifetime, or does he want to win a Super Bowl and then go somewhere else and rebuild somewhere?
no.
That's what he's good at is, building a team.
And then all we have to do is be bad for 2 years, and then he'll stay.
Just like with the Rams, right? He won with the Rams and then set him out of here.
Wait a sec. Did he win with the Rams, or did he leave before the Rams won?
Oh no, he left before, didn't he?
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That was when Stafford was there.
Yeah. See, though, I think they're going to have to keep him until the Lions win a Super Bowl. And I think
to our commentator Caleb down there, who beat the Rams in the Super Bowl that year. That would be the Kansas City Chiefs.
The Chiefs. That's true. Oh, there you go. Oh my goodness. All right, now we're just playing lose. Let's keep the ball going forward.
The biggest thing here, and this is part of what we were talking about with Jackson Dart being young and not knowing what to do. What we did was the Lions just forced the Bucs to give up all 3 of their timeouts.
Yeah.
And that's what Jackson Dart forgot to do. So
yeah, that's true.
So that's good. Wrap them up. Yep, play good defense here. There's the man right there.
Hutchinson from Michigan.
And showing big Brad up in the booth now.
Yeah. Yeah, they really need to give him a lifetime contract.
Yeah, I can't give enough praise to Brad Holmes for the job that he's done.
Yeah, I don't get Larius, and I don't get what he, I would love to sit down and ask him what he does, and how does he read players.
Yeah, they're gonna show you all of his second round draft picks too.
They'll show me in tomorrow morning as I'm still sitting here and you're in bed.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it, Griff. I saw it. Do you listen to any fantasy football podcasts?
No, I don't listen to any podcasts.
Do you not listen? Isn't that crazy?
That's why I didn't.
But you're doing my podcast. It's crazy. Oh my goodness. Here we go.
That's no, that's probably why I've never looked into doing anything on my own. That's actually I was telling you a few weeks ago about my buddy that told me that I need to do a podcast about football and stuff. That's Caleb here. That's our commentator.
Yeah.
He's been telling me for years I need to do a football podcast.
There you go.
And I'm too stupid to know how to press play on that or record or whatever.
Hey, Griff, do me a favor. If ESPN calls you, are you going to take me with you, please?
You're the show. They call me. I say, hey, you got to talk to the host.
They'll be like, no, we don't need a guy. We just need you. You know football. He just runs his mouth. It's kind of like your buddy Dan Orlowski. You might be working with Dan Orlowski. Think about that one for size. What would you do with yourself? Oh, you just fell. Is that McNeil? That's McNeil.
Yeah.
Did he just fall?
Man.
No, that's Wheat. Watch his play. How do you sack somebody? You're going the other way. Oh, yeah, that's a trip. That's illegal. That's actually illegal, right? You can't trip a guy like that, right?
I didn't see anything.
Yeah, let's go. We can all do it.
Yeah, they are. They are getting good pressure on Baker, though. He's definitely feeling it. It's late in the fourth quarter when your team's down by 2 scores, though. He's got to pass the ball. So if he's stepping back like that, you can really blitz and put the pressure on.
Look, I tell you this. I will not count Tampa Bay out because of the game I saw yesterday. So I'm not even going to say this is a win yet. There's got to be 300 zeros on the clock.
This game is 60 minutes, not 59.
Yeah. They're really playing that soft zone right now, which, this is probably the safest bet. And I don't always agree with this. When they play that, I don't know what kind of coverage that is, but they're just sitting back there. Oh, he didn't catch the ball.
Yeah, it's the break, don't bend philosophy.
Yeah.
You're stopping longer passes.
Yeah. And I thought he caught it, but he didn't. And Baker Mayfield is still pissed off about that play in the late third quarter, I think, folks. I mean, you're not coming to Detroit and being Detroit. I mean, we got snap your neck off Dan Campbell. That's crazy. That is crazy. What came first, Dan Campbell or Brad Holmes?
Brad Holmes brought in Dan Campbell.
That is nuts.
It was, yeah.
How does
first thing they did was fire the old coach.
Well, yeah. Who was it again?
Patricia.
Oh yeah, remember that guy? I never seen a guy that never wanted to be coach.
Patricia was another guy that I thought very similar to what I'm talking about with Brian Dabble and some of these other guys. Not sure what the comments are going on there, but
so 5 years.
But
that's how.
No, I thought Patricia needed more time in Detroit as well. He had brought in several guys that used to play for New England, and there were some good things, but it was the same thing where it was just a team that didn't know how to win and needed some help. So he had brought in some guys. They had a lot of injuries that second year with Patricia.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think with a little more time, I think he could have done a little more. Probably the only guy saying that. I know everyone was against Patricia, but.
Well, I'll tell you this. There was a story that he would show up to practice late, his own practice.
Mm-hmm.
And
they didn't have the same discipline.
And even during film study, he didn't even do his diligence. Like he just wouldn't talk about breaking down the plays. Just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, that in itself. I mean, if you can't break down the plays and then you show up to your own practice late, I mean, the rest of the guys aren't going. I mean, if you
the difference between doing it publicly or privately, but
yeah, I mean, and that's something that Dan Campbell, you just can't be late. Your wife has have to be pushing the baby out to be late, basically.
Right. Well, it's a very disciplined team for sure.
Yeah, and it's crazy how he's able to actually put things together and get those guys to actually do something, because he's not always your analytical football coach. Like, I don't know what he would do if John Morton had to go to his son's wedding and Shepard had to take his daughter to daddy-daughter prom night or dance night.
Well, I mean, they've got other assistant coaches that are designed to fill those gaps, but
I'm just saying, like,
I mean, offensively, Dan Campbell would just have the play calls set up because he's done that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, defensively, they would really rely on the other coaches, but
yeah, that's something I just it is amazing. He does. I mean, he really does remind me a lot of Mike Ditka in every aspect of the way.
Yeah, well, motivational coach.
Really tough guy, just no bullshit around the bush. You either do it, you don't. If you don't want to do it, we'll find another guy to do it for it. And the only big difference that he really has is that he had Jim McMahon and we had Jared Goff. I mean, if we had,
So we have the better quarterback.
We do, but think about how much.
What kind of success did Jim McMahon have that Jared Goff didn't have?
He's got a Super Bowl.
He won the ring instead of losing the ring, right? That's it.
Yeah.
Just the one though, right? And then never again.
That team was not built to last.
That defense was better than the defense that we have now.
Yeah, but that team was not meant to last. That offense was Walter Payton. Walter Payton was coming towards the end of his career when he finally won it. So it wasn't like Joe Gibbs. I mean, not Joe Gibbs.
I would say end of his prime, not end of his career, but
yeah, I mean,
he still had a few more years left.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Story about that is that during the Super Bowl they gave the ball to the Fridge, right? And
Right.
remember that
William Perry.
Yeah, but here's the kicker. The kicker was that everyone thought that they would have another opportunity, even though they scored 55 points, to give the ball to Walter Payton for a Super Bowl touchdown. But Mike Ditka didn't think it was a big deal that they gave the ball to the Fridge, and that really pissed off Walter Payton.
Yeah.
So that's something to kind of think about a little bit of that team. But this team, Dan Campbell really does remind me of. And this is a team that's probably built for only one Super Bowl, because if you look at the contracts that they have, it's only a 4-year contract of Jared Goff and St. Brown, and they haven't signed Hutchinson yet. But Hutchinson will probably be a lifetime Detroit Lion defensive guy. But I can't. And I don't think he would ever go anywhere else, because he's a Michigan guy, like a state of Michigan guy. So, but those contracts are not that long. So they really only have 2 to 3 years left. And when those contracts are over, Jared Goff might be just too old to play football. I can't see Jared Goff playing football much longer after 4 years, because he's just.
Why?
His mobility. I feel like he's going to get hurt sooner than later with that mobility or lack of mobility.
Well, I mean, Tom Brady wasn't that mobile, but he played till he was 45.
That's because the referees worshipped him, and then they treat him like a Greek god.
So that would give Jared Goff 14 more years.
No, because Detroit isn't. Detroit's offense line isn't New England's offense line. Like, those guys were a reconstructed contract to keep everything in motion. And I don't see that Detroit players doing that. They just don't have that. And remember, Dan Campbell isn't that type of coach to be. He just doesn't seem like a coach that would be on a team forever. He's the type of guy that win a Super Bowl, Detroit would have a mediocre bad year or two. He would either go to Texas A&M to do his to go home, or he would get fired and maybe go to Miami, because that's where he started.
I don't know. A lot of different statements all in there in what you said. I don't know. I think last year was the year that they were supposed to do the Super Bowl. So,
yeah, I think so. Well,
yeah, is this the best team that Detroit face this year, or is this their best win? Yeah, and absolutely it is. This is the best team in the NFC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, at 5-1. So they were the top dogs. I thought Baltimore was our best win. I thought Baltimore was going to be our best win the whole season, but Baltimore has shown that they are not the team that we thought that they were.
No,
We'll see once Lamar Jackson comes back, but
and
definitely the way that the defense played the whole time, really, it was that field goal came right after a turnover, right before halftime. So you don't even put that against these guys. It's really just the other 6 points that they gave up the whole game. So huge shout out to Kelvin Shepard and the defense. And 24 points might be the fewest points Tampa Bay scored all season too. So,
I'll tell you that.
Most points that they've given up all season too. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Well, no,
Yep.
they had a shootout with Seattle.
And I do think this is I think that this is Detroit's best defensive game. Besides that Baltimore game, you're right. What was that score? Like 30?
Yeah, well, just as far as the defense goes, this was definitely the best game for Detroit this season.
Yeah, I think
the Baltimore game was close, but they did have Lamar, and they don't have Lamar, or they have not had Lamar over the last few weeks. So,
yeah,
you got to kind of give them a couple of these games, but
yeah,
I'm sure Baltimore will be better, but they're not the same team that we thought they were coming into the year.
Yeah. So, folks, I think Griff is going to have to take advice from Caleb, and we're going to force him to do more podcast episodes. And I don't know. And I don't know what we do because he's on the West Coast. I'm not on he's on the Central Coast. I'm on the Eastern time. We'll talk about it next time. Thank you for joining us on the show. Thank you for all those 39 people that showed up during halftime. Didn't think it was amazing that we were the halftime show.
Yeah, thank you to all the commenters today.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. I still have to figure out how to get Griff the opportunity to respond, typing away, because he'll probably have better one.
It's probably just one click, and I don't know what to do.
You look. All you have to do is
see the spot that says "Add comment" here. Click on it.
Yeah, there's a little box right there, little buddy.
I don't have a button for it. I don't know where it is. But
actually, you know what? Can I share you for? I could have done that. Oh wait. Oh, you said sign in to your YouTube.
But that's all I have to sign in to be a part of this
conversation.
Anyway.
Yeah. No, don't wait. Don't you already have, well, you already have the do you have your own YouTube page? No, YouTube channel?
Do I have a what?
YouTube. No, do you have a YouTube account?
I don't do I?
I don't. I think this. My gosh, this guy is literally stuck in 1992, folks. He still has CDs.
I have an AOL email. I don't know.
His uncle is. Do you have mail? No, I'm kidding. That's probably who your uncle is, by the way. Oh. This is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. You got to go to YouTube, create a YouTube account, connect it to your Yahoo account, and then you'll be able to respond. Capiche? As you can do that right now, actually.
I was going to say, I just opened up a new window on my computer here, and I opened up YouTube.
Yeah.
And our show is the second one on YouTube right now.
Sweet. This is awesome.
I'm not signed into an account though.
But yeah, but you having a YouTube account, right? Like it knows
Not one that I think that I've ever signed into before.
like it knows your algorithm of the things that you watch, like your favorite, like they'll have your favorite car stuff.
I don't really watch anything on YouTube.
Okay. So, folks, I think we're really wasting everyone's time. If he has a YouTube account, I'll be shocked. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll work on that later. I'll figure something out.
All right, folks, we have to go because the computer has to stay on as we're ending the show. Thank you for showing up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Crazy Dre Podcast Show. You can catch me on Spotify, catch me on Apple, anywhere you can download the podcast, YouTube. I'm also on the Patreon. Please give me $5. I need it. I need a new left hand. Just joking. Alert, I do need a left hand. It's an inside joke, but Griff, well, start your podcast someday. You can talk about your fantasy football leagues and all that. You can have me join and give you all much crap. Thank you, Mr. Caleb, for showing up, amusing the snot out of us, giving us good info feeds and everything else with it. All those people out there who showed up during the halftime, God bless. Thank you. Didn't realize we were the halftime show. I didn't have to take my clothes off. It's amazing. It's a good thing I didn't have to do that. Griff, thank you so much.
Ryan, thanks for having me on the show, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, man. All right. Peace, love, everyone. Take care. Lions win. Let's go.
See you guys. Take care.
Yep. Peace.